I'm on with Eric. Show's RP Grinders. We haven't started yet. We're waiting on Breakman to join the fray. We're going to have a really fun time today. Lots to talk about. Some PS5 info, some Xbox info. Yeah, a few news stories. Thankfully, not too big this week. Um, we've got some interesting stinkos and sweetos of the week. And of course, when we get to our free for all, it's the big horror movie tournament since it is October. So it's time for round two. We're going to get from 32 movies down to 16 to determine the greatest horror movie of all time. Eric, were there any big surprises from the tournament that you thought about or
Not
uh,
really.
yeah? There were a couple for me. Didn't expect to see Demonic Toys make it into the next round, but it did. Um, in a minor surprise, your pick Gremlins moved on, Eric. So looks like we're all feeling Gremlins. I don't know if it's gonna win this week, but some great matchups this week. We got Hellraiser going up against Scream. We got man, we've got some Titanic matchups. Nightmare on Elm Street goes up against Cat's Eye. Evil Dead 2 going up against 28 Days Later. That should be interesting. Um, I mean, we've there's plenty more. There's 32 movies left. We'll get down to 16, and it should be a raucous, great time. Hopefully, you can join us. Did your favorite make the list? Let us know at RP Grinders, and if you're outraged, if you're disappointed, if you're mad, if you're listening to dogs barking. Hey, quiet, you. Quiet. God, the stupid dog. Um, it should be. Hold on a second. I gotta throw my remote at my dog. Dumb dog. Shut up. Oh man, that's awesome. Live. That is so cool. Get out of here. Yeah, go away. Get out of here. Stupid dog. Um, what else we got? Um, hold on a second, guys. I gotta go see what's bothering my dog. She's barking her damn head off. Um, Eric, talk about I don't know some news that you saw. We'll get into the news, but anything interesting that you saw during the week or anything like that? I'll be right back.
I saw the PS5 takedown video, like a literal takedown. They stripped it bare. It's definitely
Dorcas.
a not so cleverly disguised um, PC gaming rig.
Dorcas.
Someone wants to sell you for $500.
Dad, can you chew the dog up here? Can you tell the dog like shoo her up here? Dorcas! Come on.
I really don't know what else to say.
Come on. Dorcas!
Plus, there's
Come on. Get your fucking ass up here. Come on. Come on. Get in there. What's wrong with you? Dumb dog. Jesus. Okay, I'm back. I had to corral a yappy chihuahua. The yappiest dogs on planet Earth, other than Yorkshire Terriers or what else? Pomeranians, I guess you can put in that group, but Chihuahuas almost take the cake. But okay, looking at some of these other matchups, Eric, you there?
yeah.
Man, your mic is so low, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Butts. I had it right in front of my face this time.
Yeah, it's really low.
I don't know
Um,
what to do.
yeah, me neither. Maybe do a restart, like you said, Eric, and you know, try that. I mean, I don't know. Um, some Titanic matchups in our tournament to determine the greatest horror movies or greatest horror movie of all time. Um, wow. Um, well, I guess Eric left us. So let me call him back. Oh, he reset. Um, let me know when you are ready. But yeah, the show's RP Grinders, and you can tweet us at RP Grinders on Twitter. You can also follow us there. Um, so it should be a good time. We're gonna have a ton of fun today. Audio issues aside, just waiting on Breakman to get on in. But it should be a great show for you all today. We've got like I said, we got Xbox next gen news. We've got PlayStation next gen news. We've got a few stories. Luckily, not too heavy on the news today. So Eric kept it light today. Um, you know, there's quite a bit going on. I played an interesting game that you guys are gonna want to hear about when we get to what we've been playing. Normally, that's kind of a boring segment for me. I don't know. I always find that one of the least interesting things about podcasts when they talk about what they've been playing. But actually this week I do have something interesting to talk about. So, and then a funny story about me playing that game and how I didn't progress like for the longest because I couldn't figure shit out. But you guys and gals can make fun of me for that, which I'm sure when Freak 5 gets in there, he'll have no shortage of amusement with that, as well as everybody else, because sometimes I'm a dumbass when it comes to video gaming, you know. But anyways, it should be a fun time. We're going to have tons of fun. Um, you know, should be lots to talk about. In the world of politics, I'm sure Break will get into some of that. I'm going to try to call Eric now. Looks like he is not available. Okay. All right. Well, we'll hold off on Eric for now. But yeah, it should be an interesting, good time today, especially with the tournament going on. We've got tons of great matchups. Stuff I didn't expect to, do very well is doing okay, and stuff that I expected not to do so well is doing okay. So it should be interesting. We'll see how this shakes out. There's some Titanic horror movie matchups. If you're a horror movie fan, you're going to want to tune in and listen. And even if you're not, we have a lot of fun discussing and deciding these things. So, and if you're not, if you're listening on archives and you've never joined us live, if you ever get a Friday afternoon off, 7 Eastern, join us on Twitch or YouTube. I got both those chats. Most everybody goes to the Twitch side of things, so if not everybody. So make sure you join the Twitch, twitch.tv/rpgrinders, live Fridays at 7 Eastern time. And we definitely enjoy people's presence in chat. And every once in a while we have giveaways, so you can feel free to jump on in chat and tell us what you're thinking. So it's going to be fun. Should have rollicking good time. And I just got a political stinko of the week that I'm going to add here to our document, which everybody can view. Eric knows the details on that at Eric RPG. If you guys ever want to see like our agenda for the week, we have nothing to hide. So, lots of good stuff to talk about today. Um, you know, um, geez, what can we talk about? Um, lots politically to talk about, especially in the United States. If you're an overseas listeners, I apologize for all the political talk because you guys probably don't care, and I don't blame you because why should you care about a bunch of the BS that's going on here in these United States of ours? But it is interesting to talk about and discuss. So, uh, we will discuss a little bit about that, I'm sure. Um, let's see. Let's see if we can get Eric back on in here. Boom. Yo,
I,
Eric.
I figured out what the problem was.
Oh, what was the problem?
It, for some reason, reset my microphone settings to the default communications, so it's instead of my snowball.
Oh, so much better, dude. Like a million. See, I was telling you, Eric. It sounded like different.
I don't know why I did that, though.
I don't know, but you should check those like every time we get on air. I gotta speaking of.
And I had to update my computer anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'm gonna lower. Let's check those levels again. Say something, Eric.
Butts,
All right, keep talking, dude.
farts, smash that ass. I don't know.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say "smash that ass." So that already makes this pre-show banter special, Eric. Say one more thing, Eric.
No, I was talking about them adding Donkey for Smash Brothers. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
And you need to smash him because he sucks.
Okay. Well, that works for me, man. I do whatever's clever, dude. I do need to check one more thing, so let's hear a random video here. Oh, have you ever seen it's an Ars Technica video on Dead Space, Eric. The developer was talking about how one of the scariest scenes almost killed that game. I don't want to play too much of it, but let me check my settings.
To
here.
us at Best Foods, taste is everything.
Okay.
And we believe great taste starts with great ingredients.
That works. Okay, it looks like it's okay. Okay. Lots on the agenda today. We do have some news. Thankfully, not a crap ton of news, but we do have some news, including some PS5 news, some RPG news. I've got some Xbox stuff for the people that are into Xbox, and you guys are going to be surprised of what I have to say about that. Let's see. What else? Stinkos are going to be interesting this week, as always, and Sweetos. I don't see anything for you, Eric, but I'm sure you'll think of something. And then our free-for-all, of course, is our greatest horror movie of all time, round 2. We're down to 32 games, 32 movies. 16 will survive today. Eric, do you have any favorites, Eric? Is there anything on our list that you would...
I don't know. I didn't look at it last time.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me take a screenshot here, and then I'll send it to you, and you can look at it. Oops, wrong one. Boom. And let me send it to you in the Skype Reno. Make sure. Oops, hold on.
I hear like a beeping sound.
A beep? I don't hear it. Let's see. Hold on, Eric.
I think it's an internal computer noise that we can't really do anything about, but it's annoying.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's get Skype up. Let me send you this week's list of stuff here. Hold on.
Oh, I think I know what's going on. I'm going to turn off the spatial sound. That's probably what's doing it.
Oh, okay. That's not it. Okay. Where the hell did it go? Hold on.
It didn't do anything. Oh, I tried.
Okay, and maybe it's at my end, Eric. I
Hmm.
don't know. Hold on. Let me get a screenshot of this thing, and then I will send it to you. Skype, and here we go. If you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. Did that get to you, Eric? Hold on.
No.
Okay. There we
Unless
go.
you're sending me through.
I sent it through Skype. It should be.
Okay,
here.
now it did.
Okay.
It was slow.
No worries. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one that I wanted to?
I can't see what it looks like from here because I can't zoom in.
Well, can you double click it and then your preview should be able to.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Uh,
Any favorites, Eric, that you can see right off a hand?
it's kind of hard because I haven't seen most of these movies.
Get on it.
In fact, the only ones I have seen are The Shining and It, and Alien, and only a portion of Alien, along with Gremlins, and then The Thing, and American Wolf in London.
Really? Wow.
So off of those that I've seen, I'm gonna go with. Oh yeah, I also saw A Quiet Place, but I'm gonna go with It.
With it? Okay. That's
For being a favorite.
very reasonable. I gotta. Holy shit, man. I just lost all my windows. Fucking A.
Woo!
I know. No big deal. I'll just pull them right back up here. I gotta get the chats up. Okay. Come on. Alright, give me 1 second, Eric, and I'll get all this shit together here.
I guess I should include that as a stinko. I forgot to mention it or put it in there, but don't forget it.
What? Okay, and then I need Twitch, the most important one. Twitch.tv, there you go. And then let's go to boom, dashboard. Oh, the humanity. Let's do this. Pop out. That's good. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's go to YouTube. We'll snag that chat, even though I don't even know why I do the YouTube. Hardly ever anybody ever. I think in the entire time YouTube chat has been up, I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people the entire time in there, and then they leave. Twitch is a different story though, so if you're listening to us on archive, make sure and join us on twitch.tv/rpgrinders, and we're live every Friday 7 Eastern time. So there you go. Let me get this chat up here. Stream, come on. There's the chat. Okay. Live chat. Let's pop that out. Fix that. Okay. Wow, gift a sub. Whatever that means. I have no idea what that means. Okay. Think we're good there. Think we're good there. I need to move that over. We need to move this guy here. Yeah, that's the life of a podcaster, doing things on the fly, I'm telling you. Okay. I think we're good, Eric. I think we're good to go. We're just waiting on Break, man. Let me make sure he didn't send a message on Twitter about being late or whatever. He usually does if he's going to be late. Let's see. Okay. Boom. Nothing there. Let's retweet that. Let's do this. Okay. I think we're good there. Sorry, this is just scintillating talk here, but we gots to do what we gots to do. Let me try to get Break. See if Break is there. Ooh, it's hot in this room. Normally is. Lots to talk about today. If you're just joining us, the show is RP Grinders. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric right now. We're waiting for Breakman to join, and then we will get the show proper started. Gonna be a lot of fun today. We've got a little bit of news to go over, including some PlayStation 5 and some Xbox stuff. Sweetos and Stinkos are going to be interesting as always. It should be a rollicking fun time. We're going to get down from 32 movies to 16 of the greatest horror movies of all time on our way to determine the greatest horror movie of all time. There are some heavy hitters in there, stuff that you would expect to be in the top 32, stuff that you would not expect to be in the top 32, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a ton of fun, and we're going to have lots of fun. I think chat's going to have lots of fun. So if you're listening on the archives, join us twitch.tv/rpgrinders, or search RP Grinders on YouTube, and you can find all of our content there, or you can go to Podbean and search RP Grinders and download all of our latest and greatest podcasts. Let's see if anybody's in chat. Looks like Lurks is in chat. What's up, Lurks? Nobody else just yet. Waiting on Breakman to start the show. Should be a fun time.
That G.I. Joe game that came out this week looks like hot garbage.
What's that?
The G.I. Joe game that came out this week.
Oh. Yeah.
You weren't listening to that at all, were you?
No, because I'm looking at some different shit in chat here, man.
You're like, what's a G.I. Joe game?
Yeah, no. I mean, really? I mean, let's see. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, Bernie's in chat. She says if TCM loses, I'm going to cry. TCM's got a tough matchup this week. I don't know what's going to happen, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going up against Candyman, and that is probably the marquee matchup this week. So, it's going to be super interesting.
Well, what if it's the Texas Candy Massacre?
The Texas Candy Massacre?
Or the Texas Cookie Massacre.
Yeah. I mean, either works. I mean, yeah, why not?
It's like, let's I don't know, maybe sometime after this we do like a cute 'em up of a horror movie or something.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. Maybe we could like cutify all the movies in our top 64 and see who wins. That would be interesting. Texas Cookie Monster Massacre. For Candyman, it would be like actually that's kind of a good name in its
Candy
own
Apple
way.
Man. Yeah.
Candy Apple Man. I like that, Eric. That's good, man. I mean, let's look at the list here. Oh shit, what did I do? Are you kidding me? Did I close out that fucking window? Oy vey.
Instead of Nightmare on Elm Street, let's go with Sweet Dream on Elm Street.
Sweet Dreams on Elm Street, yeah. All right, well, I gotta redo this fucking list, man. God damn it. See, it's Bracket Maker. Shit. Good thing break has taken a long time, because I gotta redo this bracket. Shit. Okay, and then we go up to 32. And now I gotta type in every one of these fucking things. Yeah, darn it is right. But luckily break is a little late, so. What is that?
I'm watching it. bad.
What, Eric? What's going on? Eric, what is going on, dude?
Sorry.
We're listening to something that I don't even know what we were listening to.
It's an ad for
Okay.
Mario 35.
Okay, Hellraiser versus Scream. All right, give me a quick second, Eric, while I go through this. Bernie, talk about your love of Texas Chainsaw Massacre while I do this. Hang on. Here's special guest appearance by Bernie. Hang on one second.
I had to swallow my food.
Excuse me?
Okay, it is the greatest horror movie ever to be made
Why?
because it's an arts piece.
And?
And it's so scary that people think to this day that it's the goriest horror movie ever made, and there's like minimal blood in this movie.
That's a very compelling case for sure. It's very compelling. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why else do you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Well, maybe it's like the most realistic, goriest horror movie ever, because in real life, people wouldn't probably bleed as much as they do in, say, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like, it's super realistic, because just imagine you get stuck on the side of the road or wherever you're at, and then you go exploring, and then creepy, evil people start attacking you. It's like, now every time I drive by like an empty, like if I see like a abandoned farmhouse or something, it freaks me out.
Resident Evil 7 kind of borrows from that movie, too.
Yeah.
So you're stuck in a house with a bunch of lunatic family members.
Yeah. Hold on a second, Eric. I think let's try to get Breakman on here. Shows RP Grinders. We haven't started yet. We're just waiting on Break and myself because I'm frantically scrambling to get these horror movies back in our bracket here so we can have a fun time. Just waiting on confirmation from Breakman. Jesus, I can barely see the names on these things. Friday 13th. Okay. Friday 13th against Silence of the Lambs is going to be super interesting. Let's see here. What else we got? We haven't started the show yet. We're just waiting on Breakman. TCM versus... wow, that's going to be a Titanic matchup. Candyman is... it's a heck of a movie. I don't know if TCM is going to withstand it, but hopefully Bernie will not be disappointed. We'll see. All right, hang on one second, Eric. Let me see if we can get the Breakman on. Let's add Break to the call, and then I can go back to Breakman. Are you there? Not yet. Okay. All right. We're waiting on Break here. Hang on.
Attack of the Killer Donuts.
I love that movie, man. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, you should watch it, Eric. It's a really good, fun movie. TCM, Candyman, Wreck, and The Descent. Okay. Breakman, are you there? Calling you, Break. Come on. You can do it. Let's see. Cyclone, get out. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think the Lupin the Third CG movie is on Netflix now.
Well, that's cool.
I'll have to check that out.
Cool. Let me try to... I'm frantically trying to get Break on here, but it's just not working out right now. We're holding off for just a minute because I got some stuff to do anyways. Hang on 1 second, guys. I gotta put the mic down. Hang on.
More dog.
My dog is dumb. Hold on, guys. I still got a few entries to plug into the tourney here. Hang on. Oh boy, what a day. Trick or treat going up against. What is that? The witch. Okay, there we go. The Witch. Which is an excellent movie. I love both of those movies, actually.
Completely disregarding Season of the Witch.
Yeah. Evil Dead 2.
Hello?
Yes, Breakman, you there?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I don't know.
God,
I
Skype.
I kept trying, dude, to get you on, but
I know, it's not you, it's Skype.
Yeah.
Fucking Skype.
28 days later. It was just I had to redo the entire bracket, Breakman, so no big deal. We're still doing a little pre-show banter. We've got some Titanic matchups this week, Break. What is your favorite movie going into round 2 of the tournament?
What do I think's gonna win?
No. What if you had to put money on a movie that would advance to the next round? What would it be?
Right. So what do I think's gonna win? Friday the 13th.
Really? You think Friday the 13th is going to beat out Silence of the Lambs? That's a bold prediction. We'll see how it goes, Break. Do you still have a favorite movie in the tournament, or?
Oh, Evil Dead 2 is still in there.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I'm rooting for Evil Dead, baby.
Yeah. Evil Dead's just a great movie. I mean,
I know.
especially 2. 2 took 1 to the next level, in my opinion. You know, it was just a great movie in general. If you're just joining us, the show is RP Grinders. We have not started yet. Breakman just joined us. I had to scramble to get the tournament back. I had to restart Google, or whatever. My browser to put back in all 32 of the participants in our greatest horror movie of all time. I got 3 more to go as I'm talking here, and then we'll get started proper. We don't have a ton of news, which is great sometimes. Hold on a second. We've got some stuff going on here. Hang on 1 second. But there are some Titanic matchups. Breakman, I was looking at the Candyman Texas Chainsaw Massacre matchup, and that's shaping up to be like a big Titanic matchup. You there? Did I lose both of them?
No.
Okay. Event Horizon still in it, which is semi-surprising. Great movie. I think Break actually suggested that one, if I'm not mistaking. One more movie here, guys, and then we'll get this thing started. Oh boy, this dog is gonna be thrown outside before the day is done. Okay, I think everything is in order now. Break, are you? Hold on a second. This dog, take her outside. Yeah, thank you. Breakman, are you still there? Let's add Breakman back to the fold here. Yeah, Breakman is got lost in the thing here. I don't know. Breakman's having a lot of problems with Skype. It's all good though. All good in the hood. I needed the extra minute or two to kind of get that tournament organized again. Hopefully, won't have to worry about it now. So everything's set here. Just waiting on break, and you know. Gotta love Skype, man. Good old Skype. I never have any problems with it. It just Break is the one that has all the issues with Skype. I don't know what's going on there. Hey, Breakman, do we have you back?
I hope so.
Yes, you're here. Cool. All right. No problem, dude. We haven't started anyway, so it's all good.
I have so many problems with Skype. I do not understand what the fuck is going on. I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was just sitting here and all of a sudden it hangs up on me.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's not an internet problem or anything like that?
No, like, it's a Skype problem. It's showing that I have, like, 2 windows of Skype open, but I don't know.
I don't know. You ready?
How about now?
I can hear you. Are you ready, Break?
I think so. I think
Okay.
everything might be good on my end now.
All right.
It looks like there were 2 versions of Skype running at the same time for some fucking weird reason.
Well, that was probably the problem.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I think we're good to go now.
Okay, then here we go. And welcome, everybody, to episode 612 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. After some technical difficulties, gentlemen, how are you?
I was all right until I realized I forgot to load my links. So
I was so busy playing that one game I can't talk about yesterday that I stayed up till like 1:30.
Wow, the embargo's got you engrossed. That's awesome, man. That's. I guess that's good to hear. You must really like that game. It's not Hades, is it? Is it, Eric?
No.
Okay. I've been hearing.
You could probably
Hades
talk
has
about
been
that.
out.
Yeah,
I was gonna say he could probably talk about that game.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to pry too much because I don't want Eric breaking embargo. That would not be good for RP Grinders. So
It's less with enjoying it. I mean, I am enjoying it, but it has more to do with the fact that it took so long to get through the rest of Act 1.
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's without further
And I
ado.
started kind of late yesterday. So.
Yeah. Without further ado, gentlemen, we've got a heck of a show lined up. We've got not a ton of news, but we do have our second round of our tournament. I guarantee we're going to have some controversial stinkos this week. Sweetos are going to be good as always. And in our free-for-all, we're going to whittle down 32 of the greatest horror movies of all time down to 16 in our tournament to determine the greatest horror movie of all time, being it's October. So without further ado, let's get to the news.
RPG News.
All right, Eric, you are up, my friend.
Okay, we've got... I don't know why they've translated the title here, but this is actually Yokai Academy. Yokai Gakuen Y, which is This says, which shall also be known as Yokai School Heroes Busted School Life. I guess it is coming to the West, but there was no formal announcement, but I guess maybe on Twitter they said something.
Okay, so this is a non-story then.
But it'll be released digitally in Japan on October 29th.
Okay, that's something.
Compared to the already released Switch version, the PS4 release will support 60 frames.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
the Switch version can't do 60 frames, apparently.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Wow. That's something. But, well,
We're
I
gonna
mean,
assume, Frank.
And it's probably close, but not quite. I'm guessing.
Everybody else is suing Nintendo. You're gonna join in.
Why not? RP Grinders could use some of that money. Why not?
Anyways,
Let's do it.
in case anybody wants to know why School Heroes is a school-themed spin-off of Yokai Watch, where you play as the YSP club member who can transform to yokai heroes and fight apparition monsters. So you become the yokai, I guess.
I can't believe yokai is still a big thing, man. Like I mean,
It's not really. This is their attempt to save the franchise one last time.
okay. All right. Don't know if that's gonna work out for them, but maybe it will. I'm really
wondering
surprised.
what's going on with Yokai Watch 4's localization, because that is gonna still happen, hopefully. Nintendo hasn't said that they cancel it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not coming this year.
All right, Breakman. Do you have your link up?
Yeah, coming to us live from RPG site. Seal No Surge DX and AR No Surge DX coming PS4, Switch, and Steam on January 20th. I don't know
It's
what I
R.
just said.
It's
It's just
our
called R No Surge.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, seriously, what the fuck did I just say? Toei Kekmo and Gust have announced via Famitsu that the remasters of the Surge Concerto series, those titles I just read, are be available for the PlayStation 4. I just said that too. The Surge Concerto series began with Seal No Surge, an adventure game where the player builds a relationship to the heroine Ion. I had a car called Ion. It was released on PlayStation Vita exclusively in Japan. I hated that car.
Saturn. Ugh.
Yeah, I did not like the Saturn. The first release in 2012 has some online features, but there was also another version released in 2014 that can be played entirely offline. Blah blah blah. I don't know if you want me to read the rest of this stuff.
I think we're good, man. I mean,
Oh.
I'm looking at the trailer of it. It looks interesting though, like kind of like a sci-fi-ish, type game. It doesn't show like
The
any.
one thing that bothers me about this is there's still no Western announcement, and apparently, if you want to buy the game in Japan, the limited edition is going to be expensive.
Why do we gotta wait?
Excuse me.
Why do we gotta wait 2 to
Bless
3
you.
years before we get these games over here, man? Like honestly, ugh.
We never even got Seal No Surge when it originally
I know.
released.
See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we don't even get like the original game, so people over here are lost when part 3 comes out over here. You know what I'm saying? Like we should get like a compilation disc or something, like some special release to catch us up here in the West. But whatever.
I mean, re-releases is the thing. Why not?
Why not? Why not? Exactly.
Considering this game is coming to Steam, I think localization is going to happen.
Well, that's good news. Maybe this is some other good news coming to us, as Breakman says, live from Gamatsu. Yuppie Psycho Executive Edition launches October 29th for Switch and PC. I like that name, Yuppie Psycho.
Yuppie Psycho.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
That is new.
I need to know more. Tell me, Frank.
Yeah, I will. Publisher, another indie, and developer Baroque Decay. I like that name too for a developer. That's pretty awesome. Will release Yuppie Psycho Executive Edition for Switch via the Nintendo Shop and PC via Steam on October 29th for $16.66. The company's announced it will support English, French, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. The first launch on Steam in April of 2019. But don't worry, if you already purchased the PC version, you'll receive a free upgrade to the Executive Edition. With that, I love when developers and publishers do that. Give you free upgrades. So there you go.
Will it come with the song Psycho Killer?
Hopefully that would be awesome. Here's about the game, as you requested, Breakman. Join Brian Pasternak, a young man with no future in a dystopian 90s society, on his first day at one of the world's largest companies, Sintra Corp. That always sounds like sinister, those corporation names that they come up with. Uncertain, unprepared, and massively unqualified, will Pasternak have what it takes to shine in Sintra Corp's hierarchy? It all depends how he performs in the better. No, I'm kidding. It all depends on how he performs on his first assignment and whether he survives it. It includes new areas, new bosses, and hours of carefully crafted new content to build on the Yuppie Psycho universe. During his unconventional employee orientation, Pasternak discovers what his new job really entails: hunting a witch whose powers made the success of the corporation possible in the first place, but who now seems to have returned to torment its employees. Brian will meet all kinds of odd characters, escape from terrible creatures, and unravel the hidden secrets of Corp's dark past. See, I knew there was something going on there. Key features.
We need an anti-corporatist game.
Yeah. Key features. Familiarize yourself with your workspace. Use the elevator to discover who's working and what's lurking on every floor. Learn office protocol. Learn when to chat, when to work, know when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em. No, just kidding. And when to cower in terror from otherworldly beings. Engage in water cooler conversation. Investigate your coworkers and discover their sordid, blood-soaked secrets. Consider your 5-year goal. Only you can choose how this story will end, so make your decisions carefully. Assess health and safety. Use different light methods to light your path and reveal what is breathing in the dark. And finally, conduct a rigorous personal assessment. Find clues, solve riddles, discover new paths, all without letting the witch catch you.
So this sounds like a cocktail of stealth, puzzle, and adventure game.
It kind of reminds me, it's in the vein of like, if you took like a Corpse Party pixel art version in a corporate setting, this sort of is like that, I guess. There's a little bit of intrigue. The art style is actually really brilliant. It's kind of got like I said, like a pixel art style kind of vibe to it. Looks pretty good. I'm interested. I might have to test the waters on this game. What do you think, Break?
Okay.
He's like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Yuppie Psycho. I mean, that alone got me interested. So there you go.
I'd like to see more.
Yep. Okay. Eric, you're next.
Oh yeah, this is some bad news here, but Indivisible guest characters and Switch physical release have been canceled. When Zero Out Games shuttered, and by the way, I'll talk about that for a bit, but basically, pretty much everybody on the staff quit after some verified allegations against the dude named Mike Z, who was like basically the CEO of Zero Out Games, was basically sexually harassing the staff.
Ugh.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah.
How does guys always get in the power?
Yeah.
And it's like not just AAA, it's indie spaces too. So this is more like a societal issue than that filtered into the gaming industry.
I'm glad they kind of rose up and just all decided to quit, though. That's actually the right thing to do. I mean.
But since they're no longer there to like actually work on the game, they're gonna do the last final update, which was already underway for approval. But the Switch release, which makes less sense to me, but I guess they can't release something without giving royalties for people, and they can't give royalties for people if they're not at the workplace.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, that's the sacrifice that everybody has to make for...
But yeah, all the backers who wanted to get their characters into the game won't be able to get their characters in the game now.
That really sucks, man. Hopefully they'll get their money back. That'd be one good thing. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, Lab Zero.
I wanted to get the Switch physical release too. Now I'm just gonna have to settle for the digital one.
Yeah. Dude, it's becoming more and more of a digital world, Eric. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't get too caught up in physical releases anymore. It's just not the way of the world anymore, man. I mean, I think it was...
Did you want me to read the letter that the 505 put out for it?
I mean, yeah, if you want.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was that?
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Somebody else. I have
Official 505 Games statement regarding Lab Zero Games. In light of the recent restructuring and dissolution of Lab Zero, 505 Games would like to clarify what this means for the future of Indivisible. This stage, apart from content that is already submission, there will be unfortunately no more production on the game. We understand that longtime players have been waiting for guest characters as well as some backer-created characters. Regretfully, this additional content will not be added to the game. Here's an
Okay.
update from Nintendo Switch that's already in submission. It'll add Ramsey's Challenges, New Game Plus, and Couch Co-op to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
That update will bring all platforms to the same level of development and offer a complete game experience to all current and future players. This is expected to release later this month, starting on October 13th and rolling out to other regions afterwards. Indivisible is a game of diversity, inclusion, friendship, and evolution. Firefly Games worked with the talented and creative people at Lab Zero for many years to bring Indivisible to life. We are proud of the game that was created and are happy that it has received positive response that it deserves. We are sorry for the journey has ended this way. We wish to thank all of Indivisible players, new and old, who supported the game. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you all. 505.
Yeah, sad that it had to end that way. I didn't even know Indivisible was a game, but apparently it was, and sad that it ended this way. I wish somebody could pick up the torch for everybody involved. But
On here though it says at the bottom though it says with regards to if Switch physical copy is still possible to get it on a cartridge. So, but I'm wondering if it's like they're not going to just do print anymore. So once they sell them, they're gone. Because I think they were already working on getting them sent out. So
yeah, you have to import them from Europe or Japan.
yeah.
So there you go. So there is. I mean, if
so
you want,
can get a cartridge. I just can't get it from North America.
Yeah.
Which will be hard because finding a European site that'll actually take my card will be hard unless it takes PayPal.
Yeah, it's really sad, but okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next story. Hopefully, this will be happier times, Breakman.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era. Uppers PC. You said happy times. It's Uppers. PC version will arrive in October 2020. Well, that's this month.
Yeah. Great.
Uppers.
It's only the next couple of weeks, so why have they nailed the date down?
The Uppers PC port is actually going to be released. Marvelous Nextseed announced the Bullets game will launch on October 21st. The Steam page is already live and confirms it. 2 versions of the game will be available. The standard edition will be $29.99, €29.99, or £24.99. That will be 15% off until October 28th. Meanwhile, the Uppers PC Digital Deluxe Edition will give people a digital art book and 46-track soundtrack with the game for $39.99. Basically $10 more each of those. That's not bad.
That's reasonable.
It says
That's
Marvelous
very reasonable.
Xseed here, but Xseed hasn't been promoting this. It's basically being published by Marvelous.
Yeah. It's got a really great cel-shaded art style, too. It looks like... Is this a brawler? It looks like a brawler.
Yeah, it's a beat-em-up game with fan servicey hijinks.
$10 and you get a full soundtrack and an art book. That's not bad at all. And the game was not expensive to begin with. Like that's
a great price, man. That's man, this is something.
Well, the reason why it's probably so low is because it took forever for this game to come to North America.
I mean, it looks great, man.
This was originally a Vita game.
If you would take like do you remember Double Dragon, guys?
What? Double who?
Yeah, Double Dragon. If you were to take that type of style, put it in 3D, and cel shade it, that's kind of what this looks like. So I'm down, and I'm with you, Breakman. $10 extra for a full soundtrack. I'm more inclined to do that. Plus, the price is way less than $70 or $60.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I mean, that's.
And there's still no word on the PS4 release of this game, apparently. Though.
That's an easy sell. So, there you go. Yeah, Uppers.
Probably next year, I'm guessing.
That story gave me an upper. Let's let's go to the next story, and hopefully we can have more uppers.
I cut you off sooner.
Next story comes of us from Siliconera, minus the uppers. Here's how the PS4 to PS5 data transfer works. As part of the whole PS4 to PlayStation 5 backward compatibility conversation, Sony issued a blog update covering topics that might have come up. One interesting one went over all the PS4 to PS5 data transfer options. Basically, if people are worrying about saves, there will be a number of ways to ensure your old data is getting to a new one. Also, whether or not one save will work in both versions of the game is up to the developer. There are essentially 4 methods, and I'll go through them here. External storage. If someone has an external drive connected to their PS4, they can transfer the files and games on their systems to it, then connect it to the PS5 to immediately gain access to and begin using those saves and titles. LAN. If someone has LAN cables and both systems within reach of one another, they can then transfer data from the PS4 to the PS5 by connecting them. Ooh, that seems like a reasonable option. PlayStation Plus. This is the one paid option. People who have uploaded PS4 saves to the cloud can then access it on the PS5 after logging into their account. And Wi-Fi. If both systems are connected to the internet, you can transfer the data. Sony's explanation didn't know.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Huh?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use the PS Plus.
Yeah, I might. I think I might do Wi-Fi. Sony's explanation didn't note if the two systems have to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network, but this could be a requirement. I'm guessing that's going to be the case. So yeah, there you go. Sony also explained the PS4 to PS5 save situation for 2 cross-platform first-party games that will release on both systems in November 2020. Both Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and Sackboy: A Big Adventure will let people use their saves with both versions of the game. However, a patch will be needed post-launch to use Sackboy save files with the PS5 version. So there you go. Sounds pretty simple, to be honest with you. I don't see any major issues. They're giving you multiple options, so one of them should work for everybody. So you know what I don't want to happen? I don't want to fill up my solid state drive like day one with all my old PS4 games. That's what I don't want to do.
I'm probably just gonna install games as I want to play them.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's how it's gonna work too. Like, you can, if you have a Plus account, you can probably just download your games to the new system. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. All right, let's move on.
You won't need a Plus account. You just go in your download list.
Yeah, your download list, same thing. You log in and then you do your download.
Yeah, but you don't
list.
need Plus for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, for the saves you will though.
Yeah,
the saves for sure. Okay, Eric, last story.
Last story is the few PlayStation 4 games that absolutely will not play on the PS5.
Okay, let's just name them and then move on, Eric.
Afro Samurai 2 Revenge of Kuma Volume 1.
Who the fuck is going to play that?
DWVR, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Joe's Diner, Robinson the Journey, Shadow Complex Remastered, which kind of stings a little bit, but I haven't bought that game yet, so it doesn't matter. But I'm sure these will be patched eventually. But Shadwin, TT Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 2, We Sing, and that's pretty much it. But it does mention that some games might not have a full feature set on the PS4 or might exhibit errors like graphical glitches. Kind of like how some PS1 games look goofy on the PS2.
Yeah. I'm not expecting anything major.
But unlike that situation, I can expect that stuff to get patched.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it should be pretty easy transition, I'm thinking. I don't think there's going to be any major issues. I mean,
This is the 1% of games that won't work on the PS5, though.
I know. I think we can
At least
sacrifice
right out of
these
the
games.
gate.
I think we can pretty much sacrifice these games. I don't see any major issues. So that's a really good thing.
I have Shadow Complex Remastered on my 360 and my PC thanks to the Epic Game Store. So
Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much about it. That was the only one that kind of stuck out in my mind. Maybe Hitman Go, but other than that, like, it's not a big loss. So there we go. That's the news for this week, ladies and gents. So there we go. All right, still got that same homie discount with the word of caution. Whatever. Yeah, I'm wondering where everybody in chat is. Breaking.
Movies aren't coming out unless you're Christopher Nolan, and then movies are absolutely coming out.
Yeah, because
and it did absolutely terrible, and
did terrible here, but did well overseas, man. That movie.
Well, right,
that's because the rest of the world's much better than us. That's why.
Yeah.
Some theaters had actually closed that were, starting to open up, stay closed down because they did not get the business that they were expecting.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're expecting it. I don't know why these morons don't understand. And until we fucking deal with the pandemic, that people don't want to really leave their homes. Most
Well,
people don't.
look. Last week, I wish Wyland was in chat. Last week, Wyland said it perfectly. Like, I'm not going back. And I almost agree with him.
Even after break, even after we're done with the outbreak, I'm not going back either. Because
Yeah, like
one, it costs a lot of money. Two, you're liable to get sick going into the theater anyways, because these guys don't take care of their theaters very well, and it's also a giant form of entertainment.
yeah. Well, that's
It's
true
not just
too.
that. Like, I want to avoid like large crowds in general.
Also,
You
I'm
know?
not sure I want to give money to theater businesses when they've proven they don't give a fuck about you.
Well,
Well, that's
that's
all business.
yeah. I mean, all businesses are like that, especially big business. I mean, smaller business you can make the argument. Big business, I mean, it's just big government, and it's one big fucking.
Well, I'm not blaming the people that work there. I'm blaming the Hollywood fucks that keep putting out movies, and then they
yeah.
have to stay in business somehow, so they're just going to play whatever they can.
Yeah, it's a sad situation all around. Like I said, Wyland last week, he made it very clear he's not going back, and I don't blame him. Especially for people who have compromised immune systems and don't. I don't even want to go, and I love going to the movies. It's one of my favorite things. But
I've got a big enough TV now, and in the PS5 comes with a 3D audio headset. Who knows how good it is, but at least I won't have to blare the audio with a stereo system.
The PS5
my tenants.
The PS5 comes with a headset?
I think it does.
No, dude, you have to pay $99 for that headset. Yeah.
Well, that's probably
99.
cheaper.
Damn.
That's probably cheaper than getting a stereo. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's how you want to work it. But I agree with you, Eric. Like TVs are big enough, and the quality of actually the quality that you get in your house on a TV, especially with newer TVs, is better than what you get at the theaters most times.
Especially since they have to use a projector, and you might have a screen that it's projecting on that's ugly looking.
Yeah, exactly.
I watch most of my movies anymore on my phone, so it doesn't even have to be a big screen if you're watching it like from a few inches away from your face.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, that is another option, and it looks
like
great.
I can take the movie with me or whatever when I take a leak or I want to go get something to eat or something.
Yep.
I can't do that in the theater, which is, you've spent like what, $15 to fucking watch this movie, and then you gotta take a piss and you're missing parts of this movie you paid for.
Yep. Nope. That's exactly right.
And then there's the expensive concessions.
Yeah.
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 I mean, well,
that aren't worth it usually.
And I mean, you have to go back for beer, like you have to, or whatever you want, like concession wise, you can't, like, you have to get out of your seat and go get it.
Yep.
I mean, it was a blessing when I went to see Apocalypse, but other than that, like, it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, Breakman, but I mean, usually I'm primed and ready to go. Like I either sneak in snacks or I buy something way before and get in settled in my
hard
seat.
To sneak in beer.
That's true. It is. Although I've kind of done.
Also,
I know people who can sneak in. Yeah, like
a theater tradition that has long gone unjustifiably would be not having intermissions during movies.
Yeah, with the bigger, longer movies, they really need to do that, man. Like the Avengers and shit. Like I wish there was an intermission, but whatever. The days of Gone with the Wind are over. I mean, it's just over. But I agree with Wyland. I agree with you, Breakman. Like the time for movie theaters is kind of over. It's long overdue. I mean, it's
so
just
much more of a personal experience anymore. I think, like the way you watch a movie, like what you do it when you're sitting around with people and stuff like that. You don't want to go to a big theater
I like
anymore.
I like how in Monty Python Holy Grail ends with the intermission.
Yeah.
And then it just ends.
Yeah. Hey, Breakman, should I play your music?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They all get arrested.
All right, dear Breakman, what do we got?
Okay, this one actually, first one's not really a Dear Breakman question, but This comes from toy_open. Hey, Freak5 Cast just joined us.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he says, if it's currently being sold, ? I don't remember what the question was, but I think he was making another suggestion for us for a 64-team bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the suggestion. Great ongoing 64 greatest horror movie segment. How about one on the greatest horror TV shows? Friday the 13th TV series, Forever Night, Lost Girl. Anyone?
I have even less knowledge on that than I do movies.
Well, I had one question. The first thing that came to mind is V qualified, or is that too sci-fi, or is that,
V is disqualified, man. That's pure
Are there
sci-fi.
enough horror TV
It
shows?
was a scary movie for a scary show for its time. Yeah, there's a lot of horror TV shows. Absolutely.
Yeah, there are,
especially
man.
now. Like we got things like Stranger Things and
Ooh,
Penny
Stranger
Dreadful.
Things.
There's a sequel to Penny Dreadful now, and those are all horror-based shows.
Yeah, they just canceled that sequel.
I guess you could throw Kolchak into the pile. I think that's a series, not movies.
Exorcist had an excellent couple year run of series. What else, man?
I like the Blade TV show.
American
That was
Horror
kinda
Story. That's
Oh yeah, there's another one, and they do the anthology every year. It's a different thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, there's stuff there. We could definitely do.
Who was it that suggested this?
Toy Box.
Toy Box. All right, Tony. That's a great suggestion, Tony. We may have to push. Maybe we'll do that in December since I'm not a big Christmas guy. But I don't know if I want to wait all the way till next year because I kind of had a good idea for next year, like the scariest games of all time. Like I think that would be super appropriate. But we'll between now and next October, Tony, we'll keep that in
I
mind.
think we should do it before the end of the year. There's 2 months left.
Yeah, we could do it. We will take that under consideration. Really, really hard consideration, Tony. So don't worry. We'll get it in there at one point. So there you go. What else we got? Break.
Now he has a Dear Breakman question. He has
All
two
right.
actually. But he sent them in the same tweet, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask them. They're not traditional Dear Breakman questions anyway.
All right.
Options number 1. If you had the money to purchase any video game company, which would you buy and which video games would you have developed?
Oh, this is okay. For me, this is fairly easy. I would buy Konami in a millisecond, man. I mean, who wouldn't want a new Castlevania? Who wouldn't want a new?
I want Goemon again.
What about Silent Hill? Anybody want Silent Hill again? I mean, that would be great.
Just them making games in general would be a new thing. Making games again.
Yeah. I mean, just start making games again. Yeah. Konami would be my number one company that I would do. What about you, Break?
Oh, that one's easy for me too. Capcom.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they would
What-
immediately begin working on the Powered Up trilogy, Mega Man Powered Up, because it
What if-
wasn't
what
wide
if-
enough released on the PSP. It just everybody needs to experience the best Mega Man game ever.
What if Capcom bought the game division of Konami?
That would be great. I would be all for. There have been chatter about that. Like lots of people are calling for that. Like a lot of people want Konami to sell its game division to somebody like Capcom. Capcom would do really, really good work. I mean, look at their current work. I mean, Street Fighter aside, like, I mean, Capcom is killing it with the Resident Evil series, right?
It's like
I mean,
Konami, if you're just
and
going to make the
Monster World.
Chinko machines and do almost nothing with your IPs, then you might as well just sell the entire
Monster,
division.
yep.
Monster
Monster Hunter
Hunter
World.
World,
Yep.
Yeah. Like games like that, Capcom's done really well, but
Yeah.
they're not making enough Mega Man to make me happy. So
Mo Mega Man, Mo Mega Man, Mo.
Oh yeah, what? I guess you can play Rockman X Dive in English through your just go to the App Store and type it in, and you'll be able to play it with English support.
Ooh, that's
What
And
about
I, guess,
you,
and I guess that's how Capcom's just going to deal with it. They're just
Yeah.
going to not release a Mega Man X Dive.
Ooh, Freak 5 got brought up a good one. Sierra, make more Leisure Suit Larry games. Either that or Phantasmagoria. Do like a remake of Phantasmagoria, man. I mean, that game was dumb, but for the time, like man, I thought that was the coolest thing. Like this.
No, Leisure Shoot Larry is garbage. It has not. It has things with it that are just problematic, and they'll continue to be problematic because that's
What-
the entire series.
Why is sexuality problematic, Eric?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Okay.
talking about the portrayal of trans people and stuff in like Leisure Suit Larry 6. It just got a lot of the time stuff
Ugly
in it
tropes.
and
Okay.
the series never really grew out of that. That's what
You're
I'm
you're
saying.
not talking about sexuality in general. You're just talking about like the out of hand references to like trans people and other stuff, right? I mean that's yeah. Okay, I can understand
Well,
that.
if he bought it and he started making new Leisure Suit Larry games, they'd be in his image, not necessarily in the past games images.
Oh God,
Yeah, and that makes me even more worried because
I.
I'm pretty
Yeah, that's true. I would be worried if Freak Five was ahead of that studio, man. Sierra, oof, oof. Yeah, I feel you, Eric. That makes sense. What about you, Eric? Did you mention what company you would buy?
I'd probably go with Konami as well.
Okay, yeah, sounds fair. All right, anything else on that break?
That's one question. He had a second question for us.
Okay.
And he said, "What's your favorite candy bar or candy? Which candy would you say is shit? And wonder why the hell it's on the market." So first, what candy do you like or candy bar?
My favorite is like Reese's. Reese's,
Now,
peanut.
I've heard a lot of people say that a lot of they're usually non-Americans that say that Hershey's is shit because the chocolate they use is like not real chocolate.
Whatever. Hershey's is great, man. Freak Five says, "Lol, leisure suit
You're shoot
freak."
freak.
um, no, it's easy, man. Reese's, is my favorite by far. I mean that how can you beat that combo of like I'm not a big peanut butter fan, but for some goddamn reason, like Reese's peanut butter cups they're the bomb, man. I mean, the sweetness of that chocolate, and then you get that sweet peanut butter in the middle. It can't be much better than that for me. What
I
about
think
you,
that's
Bray?
why a lot of non-Americans hate Hershey's though because it is too sweet.
Oh
Maybe.
God, I love Hershey's, man. Hershey's makes good stuff.
So
Good
if you
stuff.
grew up in Europe, you probably ate dark chocolate, and you probably don't like anything else.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate way better. I can eat dark chocolate. I'm not saying that it's bad or anything, but yeah. What about you, Break?
There's dark chocolate and there's like super dark chocolate.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Break?
You're chocolate racist now? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm sorry. And my favorites are two. I'd say candy bars, the Kit Kat. I love fucking Kit Kats.
Yeah, Kit Kats are
And
good.
but if you're going candy, peanut M&Ms.
Ooh, that's a good one
Love
too,
peanut
man.
M&Ms.
Have you ever tried those jalapeno M&Ms?
No, hell no, I ain't trying
Mm.
those. Like I've seen stuff like that. I don't want nothing to do with
Oh,
it.
dude, you should. Oh, they're good. They're good stuff. Um, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
Freak likes dark chocolate and white chocolate. See, Freak's not a chocolate racist like
I never
Barrett.
said I was.
I can't stand white chocolate. Blah. Ugh.
Oh,
I was
Frank's
just saying
a
there's
chocolate
two
racist
different
too,
kinds of
actually.
dark
I don't
chocolate.
like
There's
it.
like, have
I'm
you had the super dark chocolate?
you could label me the chocolate racist all you want because I can't stand white chocolate. White chocolate's gross.
No, I agree with you. I don't like white
Yeah.
chocolate either.
I
Um,
like white chocolate, but it's my least favorite of the chocolates.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Second, so what was your favorite candy then, Eric, and candy bar?
Uh, it. My favorite now is probably a fast break.
Yeah, it's good. That's a solid choice. I tend to not eat a lot of sweets because my dad was diabetic, and I definitely don't want to.
And I've cut back on the candy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, I don't eat candy hardly ever. But if I am gonna eat one, it's gonna be a Reese's peanut butter cup for sure. But fast break, not a bad choice, Eric. Not a bad choice at all, man.
I just wish that the Kit Kats they sold here had the flavor variety that they do in Japan.
Yeah, like wasabi. Gross.
No, I don't want wasabi. I don't like the other stuff like the maca flavored ones.
Yeah, yeah. They did have
Okay.
the mint ones that were pretty good. All right, what's the second part of that
We talked
question?
about what we liked. Now let's get to the fun part and talk about what shit is out there. Because there's a lot of shit.
Necco wafers.
Necco wafers is the first fucking thing that came to my mind.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh god, dude, those are little chalky pieces. Like they look like they're shape of a quarter maybe, and they're just these little chalky things that are just fucking gross.
You know what's gross to me, and you guys might disagree, but score bars, like that toffee, like innards and with the.
I've not seen score in forever.
Oh,
I've
God.
seen
Oh,
Heath
okay, I know what
bars.
you're talking about. Yeah, I remember those now. I could take them or leave them. I don't really care on those.
I wish Clark bars hadn't gone away because they're not bad. I like them every once in a while.
I really hated it when you'd go to the house to somebody's house trick or treating and they gave you those little roll of sweet tarts.
I like sweet tarts,
They weren't
man.
sweet tarts, not sweet tarts. They're what are those things called? It's like a little roll of them.
Oh,
they're
Smarties.
Smarties, yes. Oh God.
I
those
like
things.
Smarties. Okay. I mean,
Smarties are slightly bitter Necco wafers that are tinier.
I like.
Exactly.
I like Smarties. Okay, especially like the sour ones. Sour ones are good. Bloodlusters in chat and Commander Roots in chat. Welcome on in, everybody. And everybody that I can't see, say something in chat so I can see you. Sometimes I can't see you. Like Freak 5, I can't see. Freak 5 says he likes Necco wafers. He said, "Damn, did they even know what diabetes was all those eons ago when your
Necco
dad was like,
wafers
how
is what
dare you, Freak
eat
5?
When your
Freak
stomach's
5
slightly upset, but you still want something sweet.
I think when I think of Necco wafers, I think of like communion wafers. I mean, I'm not Catholic either, but
Necco wafers is almost kind of medicinal in a way.
Yeah, it even sounds kind of weird. It almost sounds like you're saying necro wafers, like some kind of weird death cult type thing, you know?
They're crushed up bones with
Yeah, crushed up bones. Yeah. So Freak 5, proving his freakiness, likes necco wafers. So there you go.
What do you guys think of candy corn?
Oh God,
Gross.
candy corn.
I'd sooner eat a Necco wafer than candy
Oh
corn.
God, I would. Candy corn is disgusting, man. It is. I don't understand how. Like, there's so many people that love candy
Sometimes
corn.
I wonder if it's just wax that they made out.
Those
of
were
something.
those were my absolute favorite when you'd have like your bag, like your pillow sheet for your for
Yeah,
your
of course,
tree bag,
of course.
and those assholes would take like a handful of the fucking candy corn and just throw it in your bag. Like, not in anything, just throw it as you got fucking candy corn in the bottom of your bag.
Yep.
Mm.
You know what
With
I
the
would do
pennies.
with those candy
I hate
corn?
that shit.
I would take them right out of my thing and put them right in the trash, man. That's where they went, man. I can't stand candy corn. It's gross.
I think
All right.
the most I ever made, like money-wise, would be like 6 or 7 cents. Like,
Necco
what the
wafers.
fuck are you people thinking who give out money?
I used to get like rolls of like pennies, like 10, 15 pennies. So sometimes I'd get like a dollar, dollar maybe
I
two.
wouldn't mind eating candy that looked like candy corn but tastes completely different.
Oh my God,
But
that shit
Nobody's
is so
done
gross.
such a thing.
I can't stand. Of course, Freak 5 says he likes candy corn. I won't go out of my way to
Freak
get them,
will
but
put
I'll eat them.
anything in his mouth, confirmed.
Oh God, Brakeman, you're bringing up even more disgustingness in chat. He brought up Peeps. Really? Peeps is
I
disgusting.
actually like Peeps.
Oh
Do they
God,
make Halloween?
You
gross.
freak, I actually like Peeps.
Oh
Do-
God,
do they-
you guys are
do they make
disgusting.
Halloween?
It's just a
Exiled.
marshmallow with sugar on it.
Exiled.
So
Fucking
do they
gross.
make pumpkin-shaped peeps during Halloween? I
Oh
don't
God,
see them.
shut up! Don't give anybody any ideas, Eric. Jesus Christ! Don't ruin Halloween, okay? Come
Let me
on
see,
now.
whatever
Like,
shitty
how do
things
we
were.
take a perfectly good marshmallow and ruin it?
Yeah. You know
What
what?
was-
What I never used to like as a kid, but now I kind of like is that root beer candy. You know, that hard candy, that root beer.
Yeah, root beer
Actually-
barrels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the barrels. I never liked them as a kid,
I
but
want root beer, but I don't want to drink root beer, so I'll have this.
yeah, exactly. Freak Pie says, "Have you ever microwaved a peep?" I have.
I think so. I've also put them on I know I've put them on a grill.
Oh, gross! You grilled those
It's
things?
a marshmallow.
Yuck! Those. It's not a
Um,
marshmallow. Marshmallows I can eat. I can't eat peeps, man. There's something different about the damn things. Yuck! I like
I
root
like
bear barrels too. I like them now.
What
I
are
didn't
those
as a
hard
kid.
candies that you'd get in Halloween that were just like you try and chew them and it's like you feel like your teeth are gonna break and stuff like that, and you have to chew
Yeah,
them and chew
speaking of
them.
which, I hate jawbreakers.
I don't mind them. Depends on the taste. Like if it's a cherry jawbreaker, that's good. But
You suck all the flavor out until it's like a thin film thing, and it's like even then it's still hard to bite down on.
Yeah, it depends on me and the flavor of them. Like they had those runts that looked like fruit and stuff.
runts.
Those all tasted nasty though. Just like
Yeah.
little chalky things.
I didn't
But you can get
like
things
runts.
like what are they? Fireballs? Is that like
Oh
the cinnamon
God,
ones?
black licorice is
Black
disgusting.
licorice and jelly beans.
Oh my God, black licorice is so gross. That's like an old person's. Freak Five. No wonder you like black licorice, man. You son of a bitch.
So wait, who's actually older, Freak or you?
I don't know, freak. Like you like the Necco wafers? and
Necco wafers and now black licorice. Jesus Christ, you got to be like in your 60s.
Freak,
Five.
Freak is that leech who's like been living off of like whatever. Frank's just old.
Oh, look at this. He loves runts too. What the Freak Five just likes everything.
I had a problem with runs, but
Oh, God. Tell me-
it's not my first choice for
Bernie said,
favorite
"Bernie,
candy.
you like black licorice?
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?"
No,
Hold on.
I like good and plenties.
Ugh, ugh.
That's
Uh,
the only way I'll eat
yeah.
black.
Those are
Good
those
and
are like
plenty's-
the hard candy though
Those-
that you have to like dissolve in your mouth before you can
Bo-
actually chew 'em.
What about
Mm.
what
No,
about
you
Boston
chew
baked
those.
beans?
Those are like chewy, gross, fucking black licorice and other things. Like, you know what I
Oh,
used
I
to do with Good and Plenty's? I used to take all the black licorice bullshit out. They were the white ones, right?
They're white and pink.
Yeah, but the white was the black licorice.
What
I think.
about
What a scam that is.
Oh,
what about
God.
Boston baked beans? Do you like those?
Boston baked beans are good. I used to like those.
We have
I
some.
mean, they're basically nuts with like
Yeah,
covered in sugar or whatever.
yeah, those are okay. But god damn, fucking, ugh, Good and Plenty's are gross, man. Yeah, I remember
You know,
we
the
went to a
ones I
movie
hate-
one time and Bernie got Good and Plenty's. I was like, oh god, I can't eat that shit. It's like, well, ugh. Okay.
I know another one I hate. Almond Joy and Mounds.
I don't mind either one of those. I like the ones with nuts better. I don't know. Almond Joy is better than the other one, but those are okay.
I rather just eat slightly sweetened almonds instead of almond joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The best part of liking black jelly beans, my sisters and cousins didn't like them, so I got extra That's because you're weird, Freak Five. No wonder your name is Freak Five. Ugh.
Okay, we
good
should
and
maybe ask
Plenty's.
Freak what he doesn't like.
Ugh, God, anything
Because
good
he has
probably.
liked everything we've talked about.
Yeah, God, Bernie and Freak Five are just having a
Yeah,
really
he
nice
loves
time
he
talking
likes
about.
Almond Joys and Mounds too. Like,
Yeah.
you're a sick freak. Sick.
No, we're gonna rename Freak today. He's gonna be called Big Mouth.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. No, I mean I agree with half of what Freak Five is saying, but the black licorice is where I draw the line, man. Fuck that nonsense, man. That's like vomit-inducing nonsense right there. But anyways, we got anything else? Break.
And chewing gum that loses its flavor after like a minute.
So
I
like
don't
that
like chewing
bubble
gum in general,
bubble
though.
yum shit.
That's like most every bubble gum. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. But
yeah.
like some are even worse than others. Like the stick gum, like juicy fruit,
Mhm.
or that double bubble. No, what is that stuff? Yeah,
Double
like
bubble.
double bubble. Like
Yeah.
you chew it, and by the time it's like chewy, there's no more flavor left.
Twin Bings, that's the cherry
I
candy
don't even
with chocolate, I
know
think.
what Twin Peaks is.
Yeah, Twin Bings is good. It's just like a cherry covered chocolate with like some kind of weird sauce in the middle. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good. It's okay.
I
But-
like
I've
cherry
never heard
cordials.
chocolate
Is that
covered
similar?
cherries, but not the other way around.
What's that, Break?
Is it similar to that chocolate covered cherry cordials?
It's a little different. I can't really explain it, man. It
It's
comes in
like-
packs of 2.
It's like
Hold on.
crunchy chocolate with
Yeah, it's like
filling.
it's sort of like Nestle Crunch sort of, but like it covers the cherry. Those are good. Those are good.
Okay.
Atomic Fireballs? No, cinnamon candy. Get away from me, please.
I like it. I mean,
I like cinnamon sugar stuff, but not cinnamon, purely cinnamon.
yeah, you just can't take the heat. That's what it is.
I
man.
like cinnamon candy.
Yeah, cinnamon's good, man. Cinnamon's one of the most, like everybody likes it type thing. Cinnamon, but whatever. Okay, let's move on, guys, to
Inquiring minds want to know.
Choir Minds want to know what you've been playing, Break.
Let me see here. I beat Mario Galaxy 2.
Woo!
I was on like the 4th chapter, so it's not that hard of a game. Even though there's some levels that were just pissing me off, and other levels I'm just like, no, I'm not.
I'll probably never get the Super Luigi Galaxy because that means getting 120 stars, and that means beating the perfect run level, which is almost impossible for me.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it's since I beat the game. There's another world that opened up, and I started playing it, and I played through a couple levels. I don't know, is it really worth it to play through the rest of them, or just because I
Do
kind
you
of started
want to?
moving on to them?
Do you want to play as Luigi and do a
Not
run?
really. I don't
that?
give a shit. I don't
Yeah,
care that
not
much.
really.
Okay, that's fine because I started playing something else. Because on Game Pass, Doom Eternal is now live.
Yay, Doom Eternal.
So I've been playing some Doom Eternal. Yes, enjoyable.
You're
Yeah.
playing spoopy games for October.
Yeah, and then some more Mario 35 because it's a fun game. It's only gonna be on for like 5 more months or something like that. But it's fun. It is what it is. It's not gonna be. I think it's one of those games that I can see why they're getting rid of it after a few months because it doesn't have like a large amount of staying power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not much to it.
Yeah.
But
Is that a free game or you have to?
it's absolutely free.
I should.
I got a
play
new
that.
name for Freak Tooth.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he says he.
if you play Mario 35 at any point, just you add me. I have Freak. He's the only friend I have. Right
Okay,
now.
well, I'm gonna add you because I haven't been on my Switch in a while. Break, but I need to add you and Freak to my. I might have Freak on there. I know I don't have you. Break.
Yeah.
but-
I'm gonna put my. Well, I will do it later, and if more people show up in chat, I will put my friend
Freak
code in
5's
there.
talking about how much he likes balls in chat, so there's that. Yeah. I like Laffy Taffy. The Taffy, I'm not too into. But,
I like sour stuff.
I don't even
Yeah.
see warheads anymore.
like
Freak
lemon
5 says,
heads. Oh, I fucking love lemon heads.
lemon heads are good. Yeah. Freak 5 says, "Is any surprise that I have diabetes?" Absolutely not. Especially that's why I'm trying to avoid that. Freak 5. So I don't eat a lot of sweets. So, all right, Eric, what have you been playing?
Just more of the game I can't talk about. Otherwise, I've been playing Super Mario Galaxy on the Mario 3D collection.
Yeah. Okay. I've been playing a little bit of MPQ, of course, and I played an interesting game, guys, and I might as well roll right into the reviews with it.
RP Grinders reviews.
All right. I'm going to review a game called Erica. It was a PS Plus title for last month, I believe. Maybe this month, I don't know. It's an interesting game. It's basically, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a full motion, like, kind of movie, like choose your own adventure type thing is the best way that I can put it. But it's basically about this woman that she loses her mother at an early age, and there's a story about her dad. She also loses her dad to like it looks like a ritual killing or something, but there's a lot of intrigue, and basically it's a choose your own adventure type thing where you got to find out really what happened with your dad, and there's a serial killer apparently sends her like messages via like pictures, and like just different weird things happen, and she gets I don't know, somehow she ends up in this staying at this insane asylum with the police, and stuff ensues, and then you kind of find out really what what happens. So it's interesting, and I it's an easy platinum trophy get. I don't have the platinum yet, but I can easily get it. But I do want to talk about one thing. Basically, the controls are you use the touchpad. That's it. And when I first played it, I felt really dumb because I was pushing down on the touchpad when all you had to do was draw on the touchpad. And, it was weird because if I would push harder on the pad, it seemed like it would do an action, but it wouldn't do the full action. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So it took about 10 minutes to get used to just drawing on this little, the little pad on the touchpad. But I finally got it, and it's interesting. You basically just do finger motions to open things, and to move places and stuff like
it's
that.
a conversion from the PC release, so I guess they had to do something about that.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's weird getting used to, but it worked, and it's serviceable, and I liked it okay. It's an above average game. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not gonna blow anybody's socks off, but it had a decent story with decent acting, and it's more like a movie than anything, and it plays a lot like a movie, and it acts like a lot like a movie. So if you like that type of game style, then it's going to be a game you want to play. I played it for free, and it's solid. It's definitely solid. And that's my review. Anybody else have a review? Eric, I didn't see anything under you. Breakman, you have a review?
I can
Breakman?
review Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, if you want.
Super Mario Galaxy 2 is probably it is the first direct sequel that's come out for a Mario game. Well, come out worldwide, as opposed to the Lost Levels, which was Japan only.
Yeah.
But it's it's a fun game. It's a sequel to the fantastic Mario Galaxy, which to me, every time you open up a new level or something, it'd be like, oh, that's neat, and oh, that's cool right there, and then this orchestra would be playing some music that you've heard before and new music, and it's like, yeah, like this is fun, and the power-ups were unique and different. Galaxy 2 feels a lot more of the same, but it's kind of lost that, ooh, wow feeling.
I don't know, I felt opposite. I felt like it did a lot of what they wanted to do in Galaxy, but they couldn't.
I guess.
There's more power-ups, so there's more room to play around with them.
Yeah, I guess that's maybe. I mean, Yoshi's now in it, which is a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite parts of it. I also like the Mario space station's pretty badass. His little planet ship, pretty cool. Just hey, it's Mario's head, and it's a ship. And I'm not like dissing the game. I don't want to I don't want you to get me wrong. Just to me, it just felt like, like it's a good sequel, but it just didn't have the wow factor because the original was the original.
Yeah, that's a very apt, because I remember thinking the same thing, Break, when I played that game. It's not the greatest sequel in the world. It's good, it's solid, but not great.
Yeah. You're Mario again, and if you played Mario Galaxy, you're going from galaxy to galaxy, and you're traveling from planet to planet. Each planet has its own gravity, own rules, and every world is different. I'll say that one of the coolest worlds of Mario Galaxy 2 is a remake of one of the original Mario 64 levels, and now it's been Mario Galaxy, or Galaxide, something like that. And like I said, Yoshi's in it, and there's some power-ups for Yoshi. But like I hate that once you only get him in certain points. Like you can't take him with you to different places. But again, it's still a fun game. I'd say I'd give Mario Galaxy a 9. I'd give Mario Galaxy 2 probably 7.5.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. It's a really solid, good game. But yeah. Dungeon joined us in chat. He said Break is going to be Neon Jason for Halloween. So there you go. He said he should have picked up the action figure of that when he saw it in Toys R Us long ago. It's probably hard to find now.
Yeah, don't you always kick yourself when there's that thing you saw and it's like years later, you're like, I wish I'd bought that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Media Play had this like 3-foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Man, I really wish I'd bought that.
Oh man, that would have been cool. Oh, I remember that thing, man. Yeah.
I really regret not buying that. Anyway,
I never really had the money for shit like that. It's like I never had money for anything.
I shouldn't buy it and whatever. It's awesome. It's Stay Puft.
Yeah, I know, man. Stay Puft. I saw a mod of Resident Evil 3, I believe it was, with Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as the tyrant. So that was pretty cool, man. And Barney was one of the characters. It was cool. Bankman was one of the characters as well. It was pretty awesome. But all right, anything else, Break?
No, I liked it. I doubt you can probably find it anymore because it's Mario Galaxy 2, and it's everybody else is playing the Switch. I'm playing the Wii.
Yeah,
but I'm playing the Switch too. I've got my Switch right here.
Yeah, nice. Okay. You didn't have any reviews, did you, Eric?
No.
All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
Breakman, your Stinko of the week.
Yeah, I got about like 50 Stinkos. It's just been another one of those fucking weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2020 is really, really trying to kill all of us. It
Yep.
really is.
Yep.
This week, let me see, well over this year, in the last month or 2 months, it killed the Black Panther, and now it's decided to kill rock and roll.
Yep.
It killed Eddie Van Halen. I didn't see that one coming. I knew he'd battled cancer and stuff like that, but I thought he was like doing better. I guess I was wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, that sucks. He was in his 60s. A lot of these, I mean, it seems like a lot of these rockers die young.
You know, that is.
It feels like most rockers die young.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, 65, like back in
I'm
the
not saying
day.
that's super young. Like, he's not Jimi Hendrix, died when he was like, what, 28 or
27,
27?
27, yeah.
27.
The same thing with Janis Joplin, died at 27.
Yeah.
I think Lane Staley
don't do
died at
drugs.
27. Yep, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Jim Morrison died at 27. Kurt Cobain died at 27. Like, that's really weird, kind of quinky dink. But
Yeah. But Kurt Cobain was like, that was his goal. Like, he needed, that guy badly needed mental help.
Yeah.
Like the rest of those guys were like drugs, or then there's like the plane crashes that killed so many musicians.
Patsy Cline, Richie Valens, the Big Bopper. I mean, they're yeah. No, I get you. But I was gonna say the point about age. Like years ago, I used to think like, oh man, 65 is so old. But now I think about it, I'm like, 65 is young. It's like, I mean, you're just getting to that point where you're starting to get old, and it's just that one hit me good, dude. Breakman, because Eddie Van Halen was a maestro. He was an asshole in real life. Don't get me wrong, but
I heard, so I've heard, but like as far as music goes, like he was respected enough for Michael Jackson to use him on one of his tracks.
Yeah,
Michael
Beat
Jackson
It.
didn't like to use anybody.
Yep, he used him on Beat It. He wasn't credited or anything, but the guitar solo is definitely Eddie Van Halen. So if you next time you listen to Beat It, just listen to that guitar solo, and it's very distinct. You will know it's Eddie Van Halen for sure. Freak Fight says his stinko is the people on the right.
Before you read his stinko, let me say what my stinko is, because my stinko really does relate to this one. I will agree with him and add his stinko to mine. But extreme right wing nut jobs. I believe it's now 12 they've caught at this point. We're plotting to kidnap a governor.
Yeah, in Michigan, right? Whitmer.
The Michigan governor. These extreme whack jobs, like he says in chat, I mean, they are. These nutcases, they're fueled by Trump and his bizarre antics and behavior, which was also on my stinkas, because he's just gone to new levels of completely batshit and crazy insane. I think that has a lot to do with the medicine he's on. But his stinko goes to the people on the right trying to distance themselves from the terrorists who were planning to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Yeah, I turned on the radio today when I was in my car, and I haven't used the radio in a while because I'm not in my car that often anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the last thing I was listening to was probably Reds game, because it turned on the talk radio, and it was one of those right-wing talk show hosts talking about like, well, if Donald Trump wins, the people on the left are going to start immediately rioting, and they're going to
get out of here.
They're going to start a revolution. But if Trump loses, nobody on the right is going to do anything like that. And it's so sad that people on the left do this stuff.
Oh God, and it's just the opposite. It's projection. We talk about that all the time, Breakman. It's like, if anything, it's the opposite. If Trump loses, the right wing is going to go nuts. I mean, look at it. And Freak Five said it right. They're terrorists. And I wish we would get in the habit of calling these people what they are. They're terrorists.
Yep.
They're terrorists. That's it. They're white supremacist terrorists is all they are. That's it.
Yep. They're American homegrown terrorists, and they need to be dealt with. We don't need a president reinforcing their behavior.
Yep.
I mean, for fuck's sake. What did he tell them tell them Proud Boys? Which, that reminds me of Mosquito, actually. So, also, moving on to the next stinko, unless you wanted to say some more about that.
No. Go ahead, Break.
Okay. Next stinko goes to Donald Trump, as I was saying. He has been a complete whack job this week. Is he is pretty much hiding. He's not done a live interview since September. I don't think people have noticed that, but he hasn't. He's done only phone interviews and recorded things. The only things he's done live are to climb the steps of the White House and wave to his adoring fans like he's the fucking queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like this jackass really thinks he's a king.
Yeah.
But some of the things he said this week is, COVID is not a problem. We should ignore it. My blood is the cure to COVID. Yeah, he said that one.
Oh boy, I didn't know he said that, but that's just further evidence of 25th
Is the
Amendment.
Remdesivir fucking up with his brain?
Could be.
That's what a lot of experts think, because he's taking steroids and it's really messing with his head. So, yeah, and we haven't seen him. I bet he's in bed right now, coughing up a lung. You know, he's not as well as he's trying to pretend he is.
I disagree. I think he's better because he's gotten every treatment known to mankind. Breakman. I think he's okay. I mean, I don't know.
I think if he was, I'm not saying he's dying. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying I think
He's
still
getting
sick.
better,
I'm saying,
but he's putting on a face.
yes, exactly. Thank you, Eric.
He's
That's
still
what I'm saying.
contagious. I know that.
Oh yeah,
And that's
but he
one thing.
wants to spread it. Oh, one of the things also, he blamed himself getting that on Gold Star families too. No.
I heard that. That was
After
ridiculous.
calling him military people that died losers because they died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though he says he never said that and he loves the military and everything, but every time he talks about the military gold thing, like every time he talks about Gold Star families, it's like it's some sort of insult to him in some way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was terrible what he did to the Khan family. I mean, it's obvious because they were Muslim. He felt that way. You know, it's like you couldn't even be more overt racist than what our president is.
Yeah.
Man, it's so sick. All right, continue on, break.
Yeah, that's the same thing with what's his name's family?
Khashoggi.
No, the guy that they kneeled on his head.
George Floyd.
Yes, George Floyd. His family, you know how like Biden apparently called them like the next day or something like that when it became news. Trump waited like a couple weeks, and then the family said like he was an asshole and he was distant and he wasn't, you know, he was trying to be fake, stuff like that.
Oh, what a shocker there. You know, what else can you say? I mean, if somebody tells you who they are, you should just believe them. You know, it's that old
And
adage.
Trump has told us many times what he is.
Yeah.
The people that aren't listening are the ones that are driving me fucking crazy.
But see, that's the thing, Breakman. It's not a bug. It's a feature for his supporters. Like they love racism. They love divide. They love if they could kick every brown and black person out of this country, they would. They would.
Yeah,
they would do it. You know.
But I'm not just saying stuff like that. Like he said, grab women by the pussy, and then he says, you know, I don't rape women or assault women. But we've caught him on tape saying he does that.
Yeah,
We've got him on
1450.
tape saying that on Hot Mic. We've caught him saying it live on Howard Stern.
Yep. It's 17 women later. I think it's up to you, Breakman, that have said that he's forced himself on them. So, you know, he's not a good person. He just is not a good person, and he's got this weird Hitler-esque type control over people, and it's weird.
He's because he loves that kind of figure too, like the Putins and the Hitlers of the world. You know, he wants what they have. He wants that power they have, and respect and love and admiration. Because he's quote unquote strong. He doesn't want to look weak ever.
Yeah, Freak 5 makes a good point too. He says they don't want to kick us out. They want us back in chains working for free again. I debate on that, Freak 5, because I mean the hatred runs deep, man. Like if they could kick us all out of the country and just have it just them, then that's the way it would be. But you might be right about that too. Is have everybody in chains again, especially black people. I mean, that's just the way those fucking sick dumbasses think. You know, it's so dumb.
And speaking of like sick in the head and like hypocritical,
Yeah.
he said, I wonder how many of those terrorists were saying blue lives matter while they were planning to shoot some of those blue lives.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I mean,
Like
great
these,
point.
and what was going on in Portland, like they were aiding those terrorists that came into town.
Yep.
And letting them go on their way, giving them water, and they let that killer just walk by.
Maybe this should be added to your Stinko break, man. Can we add the media, because they don't refer to them as terrorists. They refer to them as like Freak Vice is like whack jobs or mentally ill, or like they try to get around the terror. Like, they're domestic terrorists. They're as bad as what's his name, McVeigh, and that other piece of shit that blew up the Oklahoma Center. Like, they are domestic fucking terrorists. That's what they are. I mean, plain and simple.
Yeah, I can never remember the Oklahoma Center's name because I always remember the guy was framed for it. I can't remember the real.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh and who was the other jackass that I don't like?
Yeah, I just remember the guy was framed.
Yeah,
I can't remember who the actual guy was. But yeah, they downplay so much things, just like rape. They don't call rape.
Yeah.
When talking about Epstein, he he's accused of sex with underage girls. He's accused of raping children.
Yep, that's what the media is horrible at that. If you have money and power, Breakman, money or power or any combination of the two, then the media will do backflips dancing around the terms. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
what else you got, Break?
Look at Fox News and stuff like that, and Rupert Murdoch owned enterprises, whatever whatever way they can sugarcoat it to make the extreme right wing people not look bad.
CNN will do the same thing too, and MSNBC and everyone else. Every mainstream media outlet will do backflips to not call terrorists what they are, domestic terrorists. But what else you got, Break?
That's enough. There's more shit to bitch about, but that's enough. You can go your turn.
All right, Eric, what's your Stinko of the week?
Stinkos, PS3, PSP, and Vita games are being delisted from the PlayStation Web Store on the 19th.
Yeah, so
that means the only way to purchase those games after that point is to go to their own stores within the console's GUI.
Wow. Or go purchase them physically somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah. PS3, I'm not 100% worried about, Eric.
I've got nearly everything I want.
I've got a PSP.
It's the Vita and the PSP stuff I'm worried about.
Yeah, what's this cutoff date?
19th.
19th.
This month?
Yep. If you want anything by the 19th, you better get it, Break.
I guess I'm going to have to go look online. This sucks.
PSP I can understand in a way because that system is archaic. It's archaic as...
Frank.
Yeah, but you can play most of those games on the Vita.
I don't want to hear Frank bitching about something being archaic.
The Vita I don't quite understand, except for the fact that that's almost an archaic system to the point where... I mean...
I don't think the Vita sold anywhere near the PSP, did it? And the PSP didn't sell well.
Nah, it didn't, man. They got hammered.
Nearly almost every Vita game has a physical counterpart somewhere.
Yeah, you're just going to have to get things physical. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Okay, let me just quickly do my political stinkos, and then I'll go on to one more quick... other stinko, but Trump canceled the second debate because he's too much of a wimp to do a virtual debate. I think that's very cowardly, and I think it would have been the proper thing to do a virtual debate because he's still fucking contagious. Why would you want to be? If I was Biden,
he's still downplaying it too. I mean, look at his antics,
and he's downplaying it, and it's stupid. Virtual was the only way to go. So being a baby and not doing it virtually is ridiculous. The only reason he wants to do it in person is to interrupt Biden like every 5 seconds. I mean, and show his dominance. That's just the way.
And because he's been told that online he can be muted.
Well, they were going to mute him anyways. Like that was part of the deal with the next debate was they had the power to cut the mics if you went over your time. So.
Which they need to do because it's ridiculous. Like it's always happened in debates where people cut each other off and stuff like that. But never to the point where it's like a schoolyard bully just interrupting everything.
Yep. And real quickly,
he's like one of those kids where you say something like, "Oh, you're a little shit," and he says, "You're a little shit."
Yeah.
And like, "Oh, don't repeat me, kid." Yeah. Oh, don't repeat me, kid. Like, oh my god,
I agree with Freak 5. He says Biden should just do a live stream AMA when the debate was supposed. No, actually, they should continue with the debate and just have Biden. No, I'm serious. Say, okay, Trump, you don't want to show up. If I'm the organizers of that event, which it takes a lot to organize something of that magnitude, right? It's not something that's just willy-nilly put together. So if I'm the organizer, I'd be like, look, the debate is still on, Trump. If you want to be there, be there. If not, it's just going to be Biden. That's it. So it's up to you whether you want to be there or not. I know he's going to be there, and whether or not you're going to be there, it's up to you. But I'm still going to give the questions, and they're going to be, that's all it's going to be.
I want to see this because like the host would go, Mr. President, what do you think about this? And the camera would zoom over to
And there's nobody there.
Standing in the podium's just sitting there.
Yep.
Oh, you
Yep.
have nothing to say? Okay. Mr. Biden, what do you think about this? I want to see. You got to see this now.
Or either like in between, like the moderator says things like, well, we would ask this question of the president, but he's not here. So, Mr. Biden or Vice President Biden, what do you think about this, right? And just do that. But can we ask actual policy questions, not fucking softball questions that they've been asking left and right? Like,
We need
it's ridiculous.
fact checkers too.
Fact
it's
checkers.
ridiculous.
Yep. Fact checkers, like at the bottom of the screen. Absolutely, 100%. And then my second also goes to Trump for basically canceling any and all stimulus talks. So if you were expecting a $1,200 check before the end of the year, it's over. It's done. And, in context, what should make you even more infuriated, look to our neighbors to the north. They've been getting a $2,000 a month check since March. $2,000 a month since March. So if you think it can't be done, just look to our neighbors to the north. That's another stinko. And then finally, there was a false Xbox Series X rumor. I want to debunk that right now. The rumor was going around that there were reports of the Xbox Series X overheating, and it's unfounded and untrue. And if you think that, even if you're the biggest PS5 or PlayStation fanboy in the world or Sony fanboy, it's just not true. So let's just put those rumors to bed here. The Series X is going to be fine. The PlayStation 5 is going to be fine. And let's not do this thing where, you're fans of Xbox, so you start bashing PlayStation 5 or the opposite, because it gets nobody anywhere. I wish nothing but success for all of them. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft.
Steven from R9cast.
Yeah. I'm sick of the fanboys and systems
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I hate
I get it. You like the games on one system. That doesn't make a system that you're not playing shit.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
We make fun of stuff like Stadia and stuff like that because, it's a small.
Just
system.
Google doesn't know what it's doing. That's all.
Yeah, like there are definitely problems that we see and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have like the base of say Sony or Xbox or Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Nintendo's just for kids, Well,
It's not.
They've got adult games too.
Yeah, exactly. I've been
Well,
fighting that
mostly
battle
playing
for
kids'
years.
games on it, but that's not the point.
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
mostly just want it for Mario.
Yeah.
I don't-
No, I agree. Like, I'm the same way. I like the first party things, but they have stuff on. Think about Nintendo even back in the day with the GameCube. They came out with a great remake in Resident Evil. Like, that was fantastic. That's it's for everybody. And all the systems are for everybody. There's stuff on the Xbox that I like. I like the Halos of the world. I love Gears of War. That's one of my favorite games on the Xbox. So it does nobody no good. Like, I prefer the PlayStation. I always have. I think the PlayStation is awesome. Every iteration of PlayStation has pretty much hit it out of the park for me. But I've liked the Xbox since the first Xbox. So there was stuff on there. Like, I remember Jade Empire was a great game on the regular Xbox. Xbox 360 was awesome. I even thought
the
that
console wars of our childhood, like Nintendo versus like Sega, a lot of it was fueled because that's what the kids' parents could afford. Our parents could only afford like one system. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
what you get.
Now
So,
we're
of
all
course, like-
adults. We can afford multiple systems for the most
Yeah.
part. And if not, then you get one and you enjoy it, but you don't have to go the extra mile and dump on someone else's parade just because, you think yours is superior. I mean, I happen to think that
Mario sucks because I got Sega and Sonic's got blast powder.
yeah, and it
Blast
shouldn't be
processing.
that way. I mean, it just if you like one series of games more than another, great. I don't think the Mega Man games are the greatest in the world, but Eric and Break love those games, and there are many people that agree with them. They think they're the greatest. Probably one of the greatest series of all
I
time.
like shooting robots.
Yeah, I'm not a big first-person shooter, but who am I to say that Call of Duty is not a great game? It just, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, people like what they like, and that's just how it is. That's how it's always going to be. So that I just wanted to put.
For me with Mega Man, it's always about like what the new enemy is gonna be and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
there's always some animal-related enemy or something that's really cool, and then of course the boss robots. Like that's what I always really look forward to.
Yeah, 11 had that fire chicken.
I don't know if it's Illadara or Jesus, I can't even pronounce it. Ildalara is in chat. I want to make mention of that. Community Showcase is in chat, so welcome on in. It's just, I don't know, man. Like I wanted to make sure and go out of my way to present that in the Stinkos because I think like it does no good. I mean, competition is actually good. If there was no Xbox, then we would have no PS5 right now, or at least the great iteration that's coming out. The PS4 was great. The Xbox was great.
Competition's good.
It is good. It is good. It's the one thing in capitalism that I think I like is competition. Everything else can go by the
wayside.
wayside.
We're supposed to have, but we have giant monopolies for the most part.
Yeah. I would like 4 or 5 different systems, to be honest with you, but it's not how it's working right now. But all right, let's move on.
I've said before, like I'm sick of console exclusivity. I'm sick of having to have to buy a specific system to play specific type of games, even though that type of game could be played on any system.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like VR. Like that's something different. I understand you need a headset to play VR, but there's no reason Mario couldn't be played on a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Well, there is because Nintendo wants to hold on to their money
the only
makers.
reason, but I'm saying like if they were to go like third party like Sega did,
Yeah.
I mean, they could still make their own hardware.
Yeah, it's it's
Go
like God of War. I mean, I can't see myself playing. It was sort of like Final Fantasy Break, man. I will never play a Final Fantasy game on an Xbox, even though I have it on the Xbox. I don't know why I have it. I think it was really cheap one time, and I just on a whim bought it. But like the controller's just different to me, and that particular series of games to me can only be played on the PlayStation. Just like I can't imagine playing Halo on a PlayStation controller. I just couldn't do it. Like it has to be the Xbox
played
controller.
Shooters on PlayStation controller. For me, it'd be okay. I like the Xbox controller better for shooters, but the PlayStation's got better uses for it than like adventure games are better.
No,
on
I get
PlayStation
it, man, but I'm just saying I'm so used to playing a certain type of game on either system that it wouldn't make sense for me to.
In other words, Frank is old.
Shut up, son of a bitch.
I mean, but the way I think, like the way I'd want things to be is that you could get and use whatever controller you really wanted to play whatever game, as long as it's not like you're trying to use that one button controller shit like to play Halo or something.
Yeah.
But,
I get it.
Like a normal controller.
I'm sure if it was the only choice, let's say Sony bought Microsoft, for instance, and then Halo came on over to the PlayStation, I'm sure I could eventually get used to it, but given the choice, Breakman, I'll stick with the PlayStation on Final Fantasy, and I'll stick with the
Halo
Xbox
was
on...
a game made by Bungie that just happened to be contracted to Microsoft. So
no, I understand
that. And you're saying like you're saying not played on that system because of the controller, but I'm saying what if you could use the controller with that system, whatever controller you liked with that system.
If that's how they did it, then that'd be great, because then I mean it would be weird playing it on a Sony console, but if I could bring over the Xbox controller specifically to play Halo, then I would do it. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of the PS5, do you want to talk about the tech breakdown?
I do in our Sweetos.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweeto of the week.
All right, I'm gonna do my Sweeto since you brought it up, Eric, and I didn't see a Sweeto under you.
No.
There was a PS5 breakdown video that had some intriguing things in it. The vice president of engineering actually made probably about a 5 to 7 minute video of him, breaking down the PlayStation 5, and we got a good look at the innards of.
Apparently, Sony got mad at him for that.
I don't think they did. I think it was a PlayStation sanctioned thing, man. Like it's fine.
I think maybe the problem was he did it too early.
Maybe they released the video too early. But anyways, it showed just a couple things I want to go over. It showed a place where there's a couple places that catch dust that you can take a vacuum and then just suck up all the dust, which I think is fantastic, especially living in Denver. It is super dusty here. Especially in the fall, summer, and spring. So, having that ability to suck out dust is awesome. The other thing I took away was they showed the port where you can add solid state drive storage, which is going to be a thing later on once that technology goes down in price, because I'm not paying $200 to $400 for extra storage right now. And then the final takeaway was there's a really cool liquid metal cooling element in the middle of the motherboard, and it's awesome, and it looks cool, and it's one of the reasons why that and the heatsink and the exhaust ports and stuff like that are going to make it whisper quiet. So
it's also the reason why it's so huge, which makes it about the size of a tall gaming rig.
Yeah, and I'm expecting them.
Tall.
I'm expecting them to come out with the PlayStation 5 Pro that's going to be, smaller and sleeker and still has all the good stuff in it later. But
once they figure out how to make the energy consumption more efficient so that they don't need such a large heatsink.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, and so it kind of explained the reason why it's getting so big, and also the fact that it can be tilted on its side or vertically is pretty pretty awesome.
The idea that you have to attach a stand to it is kind of dumb. They should have made it capable of being flat on its own.
I'd like it. It's okay. It's no big deal. It takes 2 seconds to unscrew something and put it on its side. It's not a big deal. But I thought it was really interesting and a good way to kind of showcase what's inside the PlayStation. All right, Breakman, you are up.
Okay, I do have one, Sweeto. Facebook has finally decided to take the threat of the QAnon domestic terrorists seriously, and they are doing what they can to ban them from their service.
That's good. That should have been done.
Finally, I mean, Twitter's. I'm seeing less QAnon, at least less.
Conspiracy theories.
Less out and out QAnon on Twitter, but so they're doing better too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Domestic terrorism is the greatest threat to this nation. According to the FBI, which I don't always trust the FBI, but I mean, this is something that's very tangible, and you can see it in that plot against that Michigan Governor Whitmer, and it's.
And the QAnon, they're plotting against basically everybody who's not against or not for Trump.
Yeah. QAnon sucks.
They are spreading the most horrible lies about. Well, celebrities too, not just politicians, but Democrats, celebrities, basically anybody who argues with Trump in any way.
Yeah, well, fuck them. You can add RP grinders to that.
And I believe in freedom of speech, but this is Twitter's and Facebook's private property. They can do what they want. But even still, like, as freedom of speech, we can't allow this anymore. We need to stop this shit. Yeah. These people who are spreading misinformation and lies. Like, this isn't about freedom of speech. This is about you. We see what happens with people lying like this. Yeah. People fall into domestic terrorists.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Breakman, wholeheartedly. Freakby says, "Who said there would be a ventriloquist? Just the dummy on the stage with Biden." And I added, why not just add Gilbert Gottfried's voice to that? That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, Eric, did you have a Sweeto?
No.
Okay, let's get to our free-for-all. Breakman, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did you have something else?
The Proud Boys.
Yeah.
The group that Trump praised and stuff like that. Well, over this past weekend, the Proud Boys Twitter was overtaken by, by the gay community.
I
They were
saw that.
posting pictures of gay couples, and
Yeah.
they're hashtag Proud
The
Boys.
real Proud Boys.
Yes, exactly. Thought that was pretty fucking hilarious.
I think that's pretty fun. That's awesome. So, did anyone watch The Walking Dead last Sunday?
Oh fuck yes, I did.
I did, and it was awful, Freak 5, and that's
you
all
were
I'm going to say about
you
that.
were awful. Is what you meant, right?
It was terrible,
No,
Breakman.
it's fucking awesome. It had one of the best kills
It,
they've ever had.
it was. I was discussing this with Bernie, and like nothing is going anywhere. Like that. The last. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody. The last little. The kill was awesome. I will admit that, but it just the whole thing is just anticlimactic. They waited all that time to release that one episode. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's stupid that they waited all the time for that because it does feel like anticlimactic after like several months. But if it would come out, back then when it was supposed to, it would have been a great climax. I think it was one of their better finales.
I actually disagree. I think it was one of the worst. I really do. I think it was so. And then the stormtroopers. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
It's actually from the comics.
I mean, I just. What else can I say? Was that Casey Jones who helped Maggie save Father Gabriel? Casey Jones.
I want to know who that ninja is. Yeah.
Yeah. It just. I'm so happy that series is ending, but then it's gonna go right into Carol and Daryl, and I'm gonna be like, bleh. I'm not intrigued at all. Like Daryl is one of the most one-dimensional characters I've ever seen in almost any series.
He's asked if we watched the news show. I did watch the news show, and I was mostly bored with it.
I didn't see it, but I heard horrible things about it. Like nobody really liked it, to be honest.
It wasn't Fear the Walking Dead, which just is terrible. Like it was just boring, really.
Yeah.
The ending was pretty good to it, though. There was it wasn't a big twist. I mean, if you've been watching The Walking Dead for this while, like who the bad guys are, and you could probably expect something like that to happen. But
yeah.
that was
Okay.
pretty-
Let me bring up the bracket here. We are at our free-for-all segment, and this month we have a tournament. Let me transition here to the final 32. We whittled down 64, the greatest horror movies of all time, according to chat, according to some Metacritic stuff, a bunch of lists that I kind of gathered and, just picked the best of the best. And we're down to 32 matchups, guys, or I guess it would be 16 matchups. And there's going to be some, really Titanic matchups. So what do you guys say we get right into it?
Okay.
All right. Okay. First matchup, Hellraiser going up against Scream. And I think I'll start with Eric this time.
I'll just lose whatever I pick, I guess. Because I was going to say Scream. I haven't seen Hellraiser.
Okay. One vote for Scream. What about you, Break?
Oh, shit.
It's going to be really tough. I understand.
Yeah. I was trying to mute myself. I didn't get to it in time. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Shit.
Freak says Hellraiser in chat.
Yeah. I love the franchise Hellraiser setup. I do not love the franchise Scream setup. Yeah, I mean, even though I think the third one's basically a comedy at that point. And
I like both franchises, actually. I think they both have their merits, but what are you saying, Break?
I'm gonna give it to Scream because Scream was really was revolutionary for a horror movie.
Okay, I'm gonna go with chat and say Hellraiser, even though we're overridden chat. So blame Eric and Break, but Scream.
I'm sorry, I love Pinhead. He's a sick, sadistic bastard who makes those awesome monsters.
Yeah, I would have picked Hellraiser, but Scream in an upset takes Hellraiser down. All right, next matchup: Invasion of the Body Snatchers versus The Stuff. And I will go with you, Breakman.
I have said before, I think some of the creepiest movies when I was a kid, the horror movie wise, were Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay, you
Like
go
the
with
whole like you can't fall asleep or you'll be completely replaced by a fucking pod person. It was a pretty terrifying thought to me.
Okay, more terrifying than white yogurt. What say you, Eric?
Gonna go with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay, I'm also gonna go with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, even though as a kid, I was terrified of the stuff. I think, but if I remember correctly,
Yeah, exactly. Like that, the whole thought of the Body Snatchers, like if you fall asleep for even a moment, oh my God, like you can't even blink, basically. Well, I mean, you can blink, but you can't like nod off for a second, and your brain is, the longer you stay awake, the less functioning correctly your brain is going to do, which like right now, while I'm not talking correctly, I talk in weird sentence.
Okay, next matchup, Dawn of the Dead versus All Hallows Eve. I'm going to go first on this one. All Hallows Eve was the first appearance of Art the Clown, which I think is a new horror icon. But Dawn of the Dead for me, guys, I love Dawn of the Dead. I think it's the best in that trilogy of movies, which may be controversial to some people. But Dawn of the Dead for me is one of the greatest zombie movies of all time. What say you, Eric?
I'm gonna go with Dawn of the Dead.
All right, Breakman, gonna make it a clean
we gotta make that
sweep?
unanimous. I'm with you. It is one of the greatest zombie movies.
Chat
of all
seems to
time.
agree with us, so Dawn of the Dead moves on.
I think Shaun of the Dead is the greatest zombie movie of all time.
That's more of a comedy. I don't. Think
I know, but like it's just it's so fucking brilliant.
It's a great movie, and I didn't include it because I didn't think it was scary.
Like you said, it's more of a comedy.
Yeah. Nope, it is the best. Freak5 says. Dawn is better, but okay. Dawn is a solid pick. Dungeon says so. Haha, break. Okay. Halloween versus Demonic Toys. I'm gonna go with Eric first on this one. Demonic Toys is basically a bunch of demonic toys, and Halloween is the iconic Halloween that we all know and love today.
I'm gonna go with Halloween.
All right, Breakman, what say you?
I've never seen Demonic Toys, but Halloween it's kind of hard to get past Halloween.
There's no way that Halloween was gonna lose out to a bunch of demonic toys. Michael Myers moves on. Halloween in a clean sweep. I think we're pretty much all in agreement except for the Scream one. Okay, here's a Titanic matchup. Friday the 13th versus Silence of the Lambs. I'm going to go first on this one, guys. This may be controversial. I don't want to piss off Kevin Bacon, the god Kevin Bacon, but for this one, I'm going with Silence of the Lambs. It's the only Oscar award-winning movie for Best Picture in this entire list. I'm going with Silence of the Lambs. What say you, Breakman?
We already had this conversation before the show started. You asked me what movie I thought would be the shorter bet if I was going to put money on any movie to move on.
Mm-hmm.
I said Friday the 13th.
Okay.
As far as like horror movies, if it wasn't for Friday the 13th, how many of these horror franchises would there be?
That's a solid point for sure. Eric, you're the tiebreaker. What say you?
I'm gonna go with Silence of the Lambs.
Wow!
Son of a
Big upset!
I think the subsequent Friday the 13th movies are better in respects. I think the first one was kind of like a experimental. Maybe.
Wow! I did not see that coming at all. Silence of the Lambs takes down one of the biggest horror icon franchises, Friday the 13th. So Silence of the Lambs moves on. That's super surprising. I did not expect that at all. I don't consider Silence of the Lambs as horror, Freak5 says. You would be wrong, Freak5. Friday the 13th had a game adaptation, so it should have won. That's
a bad game adaptation.
Switch.
Yeah.
No,
all right.
Download it on Xbox.
This is the first major upset of the tournament, guys. The only reason I picked reason I picked Silence of the Lambs over Friday the 13th, I think Friday the 13th, the first one, is kind of the weaker of the entries, and it doesn't feature Jason like some of the others do. So that's why
I went with it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just one of the things I liked about the first one is that huge reveal at the end that, like, oh shit, it was Pamela. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't see that coming.
I
Well,
mean,
when I saw it the first time, I already knew about that twist. But watching it, like nobody saw that really.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. But Silence of the Lambs is a great movie in its own right, and it definitely should have won the Oscar. The only thing I would say is Beauty and the Beast was a great, kind of movie to go up against Silence of the Lambs, but I'm glad Silence won for the horror genre for sure. All right. Next up, we have a Titanic matchup. And I mean Titanic. It doesn't get any bigger than this, I don't think. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, the almighty Texas Chainsaw Massacre, going up against Candyman.
Careful.
Uh-oh. Bernie is intently listening on this, guys. So I think you guys might want to be careful on this one is all I'm saying. Breakman, what say you?
Oh, I definitely have to be careful. I'll make somebody angry in this house if I don't pick Tony Todd.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, you're on my
I'm saying
shit
the Candyman. That was
You are
that was a
on
great horror
Bernie's shit
franchise.
list.
It was a great horror movie by itself, but also like how many like black horror movies were there?
I agree with you, Breakman, although I'm picking Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a seminal movie.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly above Candyman because I also think Candyman is seminal movie as well. And if we had to have a Mount Rushmore of horror movies, I think Candyman and Texas Chainsaw would be right in there.
Eric's being threatened in chat.
I'm picking Texas
Actually,
Chainsaw.
I already made my decision. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre takes down Candyman. I wouldn't say it's an upset, but man, that was really, really close. Bernie would have had a conniption fit, and I would have died if Eric did not pick Texas Chainsaw. So I'm very happy that Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But Freak 5 said it right. He said Frank picks Texas Chainsaw Massacre because he doesn't want to sleep on the couch. I think that's partially right, too. Although I do think Texas Chainsaw deserves it. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, Eric.
I'm not seeing either of these.
Eric, you got to see both, man. You would enjoy both for different reasons. They're both great, great movies. Candyman is an excellent movie. Texas Chainsaw
it's got an
Massacre
important message on like slavery and such like
yeah,
that.
it's a great, great movie. It's one of the few, as Breakman said, movies to feature a black
Well, not
villain.
just the protagonist, but like or not protagonist,
Antagonist. Yeah.
But the story wraps up into his story is based on like what was it? He was a
slave.
He was a slave, and it was a white woman he fell in love with, I think, and that's what they got.
No,
killed,
it was ahead of its time for sure. And guess who wrote Candyman, by the way?
I don't remember.
Clive Barker.
Okay.
Clive Barker.
I didn't know that.
Candyman's a great movie, but Texas Chainsaw survives that scare. I didn't think it was gonna be that close. All right.
I mean, Tony Todd put live fucking bees in his mouth. For God's sake.
I know it's a great movie. It's a great, great movie. I love Candyman, man. If I could have redid this and did it, I would have. But that's just the way it shake down. So, all right. Next matchup we got Wreck versus The Descent. Wreck, of course, being a foreign zombie movie with a wicked subplot. You guys haven't
heard people plug The Descent on Twitter, so I'm just going with that.
Okay, Eric picks The Descent. The Descent, of course, is about a bunch of women that go spelunking and run into some creepies. I'm picking Wreck because I think Wreck is one of the greatest foreign horror movies ever. I think Wreck is a criminally underrated movie. So, Breakman, what say you?
I never saw either one of these, and I had really no desire to see The Descent, so I'm going to go with Wreck.
Oh, Wreck! Wreck in an upset. Wow, I did not expect that.
The previews I saw for The Descent were just like,
The Descent is fantastic, Breakman. You should watch it. It is great. The Descent is great, but Wreck is better. Wreck is a better movie for sure. Okay. Next Titanic matchup, we got Get Out. Speaking of black protagonist, against an all-time classic, Psycho. And I'll go with Eric first. What are you picking?
I'm gonna go with Get Out.
Okay, Breakman, what say you?
Oh, Psycho. I have to pick Psycho. I've
Okay.
seen it, like I love Alfred Hitchcock movies, like,
Yeah.
and that is one of the best, like, gold standard. Like, I mean, at the time of that movie, like him killing the quote unquote star midway through the movie, like, was a huge shock. Nobody saw anything like that coming. You know?
Yeah. I would agree with you, Breakman, but here's another case of a modern movie becoming an instant classic. I think Get Out is one of the best of the generation. Jordan Peele, who knew that Jordan Peele would be such a great horror maestro? I love Psycho, but as much as I love Psycho, I think Get Out is absolutely fantastic. I'm picking Get Out to barely beat out Psycho. So Get Out moves on. Wow, that's weird. Okay, next matchup, guys, and I'll start with Breakman on this one. Cat's Eye versus the iconic Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh shit.
Bernie's favorite Hitchcock
I
movie
haven't
is The
seen
Birds.
Either of these, but I've seen more footage of.
Hold on,
Nightmare
Eric. Hold on, Eric. Let's go with Breakman first. Breakman, what say you?
I'm still thinking. You can ask Eric.
Okay,
So,
Eric.
No, I'm going Nightmare.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street for Eric. What say you, Breakman?
The first Nightmare on Elm Street was really a true horror movie. It was before he'd really started the gimmick of the one-liner and everything else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cat's Eye. Like that, the third story, that cat fighting that little goblin thing. I just love that. That was just a cool thing. The cat was doing everything it could to protect that little girl. You know.
Yep.
Cats are usually the bad guy in movies, so it was nice seeing a hero cat.
Okay, so you're going
I like
with
Cat's Eye. I'm going Cat's Eye. I don't even know if it's controversial, but I'm going Cat's Eye.
Wow, controversial to say the least. There is no way in hell I'm picking Cat's Eye over Nightmare on Elm Street. As much as I love Cat's Eye, Cat's Eye is great. One of the actually, you know why I'm picking against Cat's Eye? Because James Woods is in it, and James Woods is an absolute piece of shit.
James Wood, like he
It's
sucks,
so good, but
I love his movies. Like some of his movies, not all of them, but some of his movies. Like he's a good bad guy for sure.
Yeah. I really like Nightmare on Elm Street, man. I can't pick against it, but I do like Cat's Eye. I think it's a great, one of the first great anthology movies for sure. You know, it's really, really good. Yeah, everybody's saying Nightmare on Elm Street in chat, so Nightmare on Elm Street moves on. Next matchup, ooh, this is a good one. A Quiet Place, which is basically a silent movie, versus the iconic Exorcist. Let's start with. I'll start with myself on this one. This one is tough for me, guys, because I think A Quiet Place has its own kind of unique vision as far as horror movie goes, and I think it's up there with the great ones, but I don't quite think it gets to the top of the mountain versus Exorcist. I'm picking Exorcist because that's as iconic as iconic movies get. So Exorcist for me.
I've had some plot issues with The Quiet Place. So I'm going with The Exorcist.
Wow, is it a clean sweep, Break?
It's not because I don't hate The Quiet Place. I liked it, but yeah, there were a couple things that could have been avoided if the characters had not been so stupid. But
yeah, Freak Five says, "Let Jesus fuck you," which is an actual line in the movie. What say you, Breakman?
Yeah, I haven't seen A Quiet Place, but if it has people being stupid, like people being stupid irritates the shit out of me. Unless they kill him off real quick like they do in Evil Dead, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no, we should do this now. Well, you're dead. Okay, good. Let's move on.
Quiet Place is a good one. You should
I'm gonna
watch
go The
that
Exorcist.
You should watch Quiet Place, Breakman. That would be a good one for you to watch. It's good. It's unique. It's very, very unique in the horror genre for sure. Okay, next matchup. It's a pretty good one. Trick or Treat, which I already know what Breakman's gonna say, versus The Witch. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to pick The Witch because I do like Trick or Treat. I think it's a good anthology movie, but The Witch is it's another unique, eerie, kind of atmospheric just horror fest, man. Like you have no idea what's going on in The Witch until stuff happens. So I'm going with The Witch. I think it's great. I think everybody should watch it. What say you, Breakman?
I think everybody who likes Trick or Treat's nuts. I'm going with The Witch.
I think you're wrong, but all right. Is it a clean
I'm
sweep?
going with The Witch.
All right. Everybody picks The Witch. The Witch takes Trick or Treat down. I think you're crazy, man. I think you should rewatch that movie and
me and Mrs. Breakman watched it, and we were both kind of disappointed by it. Like, oh, this is.
I like the way that it was
I did like they
intertwined.
killed little kids, though. That makes me kind of happy.
All right. Next matchup. Here's a Titanic matchup. Would you not? You have a 10-second delay. How dare you? Evil Dead 2 versus 28 Days Later. This is a Titanic matchup of different types of zombies, I guess.
Well, Evil Dead's not really zombies.
Well, I know they're deadites, but
28 Days is the rage zombie type.
Yeah.
You know
that's why I said
running.
different types of zombies.
But Evil
so.
Dead's not like zombies.
Deadites are close enough, man. I mean, there's been a debate about that, but nonetheless, Eric, what say you?
I'm going with 28 Days Later because
Okay.
I've actually seen it.
28 Days. What say you?
I'd say
Breakman?
Evil Dead 2 is more of a possession movie because that's what the evil does is it possesses things.
I guess.
The rest of the Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2. It's my favorite horror movie.
Okay.
It's not even close.
So it's up to me. 28 Days versus Evil Dead 2. I think 28 Days is a brilliant take on zombies.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 is super iconic and superior to Evil Dead in every which way, which is why I put Evil Dead 2 in this lineup here instead of Evil Dead 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Evil Dead 2. Slight edge to Evil Dead 2. So Evil Dead 2 moves on. All right.
I mean, the physical comedy of Bruce Campbell, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like he puts himself through some real abuse, like flipping himself and stuff like that. Like it's just like
yeah.
That doesn't look humanly possible. But okay.
Freak Fight says no 28 days. They are infected humans. They aren't zombies. How dare you, Freak 5? I mean,
that's what zombies really are.
It's close enough, man. I mean, come on. I think we had this discussion.
Yeah, some of them
ago.
are decomposed, some of them aren't.
All right. Here's another matchup, guys. In a matchup of Stephen King adaptations, The Shining goes up against It. I'm going to start this one, guys. I think The Shining is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. I do like it. I think it was a fantastic updated version of the TV series. But I'm going to go with The Shining on this. I can't pick against it. I think once you learn the actual like underlying themes of that movie and theories and stuff like that, it takes on so much more levels of scary.
The Shining.
The Shining. What say you, Breakman?
The Shining's a good movie, really good movie. Stanley Kubrick's one of the greatest directors that ever lived.
Yeah.
Wow. But the new It was a fucking modern masterpiece as far as horror movies. The projector scene, I think, is one of the most brilliant, scary scenes I've ever seen.
No argument here, Breakman, for that, for sure.
And there are other scenes and where I'm just like, that's fucking horrifying. However, there are scenes in it that take me out of it at certain points that really pissed me off and irritated me. Like the kids, for instance, when they ride their bikes everywhere and they just drop their bikes, get off, and just run into wherever they're going. They'd be like in the middle of the street and just leave their bikes in the middle of the street.
Well, I mean, that's what kids...
what fucking town does this happen where their bikes don't get run over, stolen, or some angry parent comes yelling at, or, some angry driver is pissed off about bikes in the road?
Well, here's the thing, Breakman. Like, I think when Stephen King wrote that book, like, it was... He grew up in, like, the 50s, so...
Right. I'm complaining about the remake, which they made more into when they make 80s.
Yeah, they made it into the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, which would make no sense at all. So they really should have done a better job adapting
small town, I guess.
Still.
Okay, all right. What are you picking?
So Shining.
Okay.
Because Stanley Kubrick doesn't make those small errors.
That's right. That's exactly. What say you, Eric? Is it a clean sweep?
Yeah.
All right, Shining moves on. I don't think it's surprising. I think Shining is a seminal movie. I think it's iconic. I can't say enough beaming things about The Shining. Freak Five doesn't think that the 28 days later zombies are cannibals, so he's wrong on both accounts.
You know what? I haven't seen 28 Days since it was out in the theater, so I need to see 28 Days Later again.
Yeah, it's a good
I
movie.
saw
I don't
28
remember them
Days Later.
eating people.
Yeah, they did. They bit the shit out of him and ate him. Like I don't think they ever showed them eating.
I don't think they were like. I think they were just trying to kill things. So
Okay, maybe he's right. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it. Okay, here's another matchup to think about, guys, and I know what the initial reaction is going to be, but Phantasm versus Alien in a matchup of horror sci-fi movies. I'm gonna go with let's go with Eric first.
I'm not seeing all of Alien, but I'd go with it over Phantasm.
Okay, what say you, Breakman? This is a hard one, huh?
Oh yeah.
You want me to make your job harder, Breakman?
Sure.
I'm picking Phantasm.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I think the only reason I'm picking Phantasm is because its story is just really epic in the grand scheme of things. Bernie picks Phantasm. Freak Five
That ball
picks.
is terrible. I mean, they made a silver ball terrifying too.
Yeah, Freak 5 says Alien, so that makes your job even harder. Even chat can't help you, Breakman. So whoever loses here, you're to blame.
Yeah,
So
you see that ball, you know you're dead.
well, you hear that
What's that?
you hear that little alien screaming, you know you're dead too, Silver
Well, I was gonna say Alien, like
balls.
they don't kill you right away. Instead, they fuck you and plant their seed in your belly or chest or wherever, and then you survive long enough for that to burst out of your chest. And the most horrifying death I can think of.
Silver balls. Silver balls.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time where my junk is.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Tall Man versus an Alien. Alien wouldn't have a chance, but I mean, the Alien versus people.
Yeah, but the tall man's an alien too.
Right, but I'm saying that the xenomorph wouldn't have a chance against the Tall Man.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. I understand.
I'm gonna go with Alien.
Oh, Alien moves on, beats the other alien in Phantasm. The tall man gets taken down by Alien. What a shocking decision at the end. What swayed you, Breakman?
I was just thinking, like, Alien gave us like a female hero who wasn't like running for her life. She was,
Yeah.
she was fighting back.
No, it's very, very.
It started a great franchise. Aliens 2 is just
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, it started the Aliens franchise, and they had Aliens versus Predator video games, and
Okay, it's been decided then. Okay, 2 more matchups, guys. First one.
Plus Aliens were scarier to me. Or Alien, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I
Because
very.
like the whole going down the dark hallways and shit like that, and the thing could come out of your chest, and somebody could be infected and not know it. That kind of shit.
Yep. Okay, Gremlins versus The Thing. I'm gonna go first on this one. As far as sci-fi horror goes, I don't think it gets much better than the previous Alien and this particular movie, The Thing. As much as I love Gremlins, I think The Thing is another seminal horror movie that deserves to be on the pantheon of great movies. So I'm going to go with The Thing, even though Gremlins, I did put it on this list because I do, in thinking about it, it is a straight-up horror movie for sure. The Thing for me is scarier. What say you, Breakman?
I agree. The Thing is a scarier movie. I like The Thing. I think it has one of the best endings, especially for a horror movie. I love Gremlins.
Yeah.
I mean, Gremlins was the like kids horror movie.
Yep.
I mean, that and like what Monster Squad was the closest thing we had to a horror movie for a kid.
Yeah, I agree.
But this one actually had really scary moments in it, like the doctor in his lab by himself. had the whole speech the girl gives to him about her
Yep.
finding her dad in
Yeah,
the
that was
chimney.
that was even more context that was scary. Yeah, for sure.
I I need to think more on this
I'm gonna
one.
go with The Thing.
Okay, clean sweep or are you picking Gremlins? Break.
I'm gonna pick Gremlins.
Okay,
Even
thing
though I
moves on.
lose, but the thing wins. So.
Yep, the thing wins. But I agree with your assessment, Break, man. It was tougher than what I thought when I first looked at that matchup. You know what I mean? Like I had to
Yeah.
kind of think about that. Okay, last matchup, another Titanic matchup here, in my opinion. Event Horizon versus American Werewolf in London, and I'm gonna start with you, Break, man.
Oh man, I picked Event Horizon.
Yep.
American Werewolf was the horror comedy type thing. But Event Horizon was to me a genuinely scary movie.
Yeah.
And Sam Neill was a great bad guy, and Lawrence Fishburne was a great hero. Yeah, Event Horizon.
I'm going with Event Horizon too.
Okay, I would have went with American Werewolf in London. I think the beginning scene is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Them in the moors and then the howling and all that. Holy shit! Which is another movie I left off the list, I think, or either that it got beat. But Dungeon Buster says I agree with Break. Phoebe Cates' story was genuinely creepy, and before that he said I love Gremlins, but I'd have to go with The Thing for sheer horror. Freak5 says, I don't think I've watched The Thing since the 80s. What's wrong with you, Freak5? It's a great fucking
I was just
movie.
thinking about the 80s special effects.
Yeah. I mean, they hold up pretty well. Like, the practical...
Well, there's claymation effects in that movie.
Yeah, that aside, everything else was pretty good. Like, the practical effects were awesome. Freak5 agreed with me. He says Werewolf.
That's why like Star Wars holds up so well, is because of the practical effects.
Yeah. Dungeon says Event Horizon was pretty cool. American Werewolf, I remember people talking about how scary that was. It was a scary movie, especially the beginning and end of that movie for sure. But such is life. Event Horizon moves on. So we are down to 16, guys. Some of the matchups we got for you next week: Silence of the Lambs going up against Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That should be a bloodbath, so to speak. Dawn of the Dead going up against Halloween. Wow, what a matchup. Ooh, look at this. Nightmare on Elm Street going up against The Exorcist, guys. Wow. The Shining versus Alien. We've got some fantastic matchups for you guys next week. You guys aren't going to want to miss this. It's if you're listening on the archives. It's going to be fantastic. So what do you guys think? So far, so good, huh?
Dungeon Buster in chat says Warhammer 40k defeats Werewolf.
Yeah, for sure. I know what he's saying about Warhammer. How the ship going through the warp is yeah. That's man. There's some Titanic matchups here for sure. So okay. Wow. Okay, that was great, guys. Can't wait for next week. I hope you guys tune in next week for that one. I'm sure the chatters will for sure. If you can't be in. If you can be, let's join the chat every Friday, 7 Eastern time. So there you go. Also, it's also awesome hearing everyone's reasons for why they have their picks. Dungeon says that's why we do this, Dungeon. I think it's interesting, and people find it fairly interesting. So there you go. Okay, guys, we need to do our plugs because we're running.
Yeah,
way
I should
behind.
say, like, my opinion's based on some of these movies I haven't seen for a very long time too.
Yeah,
I should say that.
I'm a horror aficionado, so I've seen these movies 100 times recently. So, you know what I
mean?
mean?
28 Days Later, I went to see it in the theaters. That's been how long since I saw 28 Days Later.
Yeah. Okay, let's do our plugs. Let's start with you, Breakman.
You can follow me at break_man on Twitter, and also at RP Grinders, where you can ask Dear Breakman a question, or you can ask me about the harmonica.
How dare you, Breakman? I should exile you for that, you son of a bitch. Okay, Eric, your plugs, please, my friend.
I didn't get to write anything this week because I've been busy playing that game. And I'm still going to probably be busy playing that game, but maybe I'll find time in the morning before I do anything else.
Freak5 says he'll be listening next week for the harmonica. How dare you, both you and Dungeon Buster.
But I write reviews for sites like BostonBashBrigade.com and TotallyGN.com. And Excuse me, I was gonna yawn.
And boredoutofmymind.com.
I'm tired.
We
But,
put him to sleep.
Yeah.
But you want let's start over.
No worries, Eric.
But anyways, the reviews, Boston Brass Grade done, totallyjin.com. If you like what I've written and you want to support me, send me as little as $1 will help me out. And you can go to my Patreon, which is in my Twitter profile, which is @EricRPG.
All right. Anything else, Eric?
I need sleep and food.
That is true, man. I want to thank everybody in chat. Our good.
I'll get the food first.
Oh, sorry. No,
How
you were
dare
talking.
you, Breakman? Exiled, you son of a bitch. Breakman needs to play the intro music on the harmonica. Yeah, right, Freak 5. How dare you? You're exiled, you son of a bitch.
That would sound terrible.
Let's see. Thank everybody in chat. I want to thank Dungeon Buster, good friend Dungeon Buster, good friend Freak 5, Chaos. Who else here? Commander Root was in chat. Of course, Bernie was in there. Feet was in chat. Thank you for joining chat, Feet. That's awesome. Get affiliated _ now was in chat. I'm already. You know what? That's a quick announcement. We're affiliated with Twitch now officially. So thanks to everybody who followed us on Twitch. That's awesome. Il Dilara or Lidelara, I really don't know how to pronounce that. Let's Do This Streamers was in chat. Lurks, and I think I already mentioned Dungeon. So, and Freak 5. So
yeah,
thanks.
if you want us to pronounce their names, you're gonna have to give us a
yeah.
What do you call those things like the dictionary
Il
has?
Delaria, I think, is the best way I can put it. But thank you guys so much for joining the chat. Thanks to all the archive listeners. We really appreciate you listening and downloading and all that good fun stuff. Especially the Twitchers out there, the Twitch streamers and all that. It's been a really welcoming community to RP Grinder. So much love to everybody out there. Freak says he's earning XP on Twitch. That's awesome. All right. So thank you, everybody. Bernie says vote for TCM. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Thank you guys so much for joining. We had a ton of fun. Hopefully you can join us next week when we will be getting down to the final 8 from 16 of the greatest horror movies of all time, RP Grinder style. Anything else, gentlemen? Oh, you could follow me on Twitter @Frank Branches and on all the systems at RP Grinder. So thank you. What were you gonna say, Eric?
I don't know if you've been to a Steak and Shake lately, but if you like their Snickers milkshake, they're back now.
Okay, there you go. All right, stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody.
One year we should do like bad horror movies.
Yeah.
There are a lot of bad horror movies. I just find out what the worst horror
Hashtag I pooped today. Yeah, we should do a bad horror movie matchup, like the worst horror movies of all time too.
Yes.
That'd be pretty awesome. But all right,
like
chat.
some Leprechaun sequels to be in it and stuff.
Oh God, yeah, like
Tremors
Leprechaun in
sequel to
space.
be in it.
Yeah, Leprechaun in space would be there for sure. So, okay, thank you all in chat. Really, really appreciate it. You guys, rock the hizzy, as they say. Prime rib and egg biscuit at Hardee's, Carl's Jr. is delicious. I have no idea what the hell that is, because
I don't know. I mean, when I think of Carl's Jr., it's not my first choice to get food for breakfast.
yeah, exactly.
You don't have Hardee's or Carl's Jr. out there?
It's Carl's Jr. over here, man.
Okay.
But I mean, nobody goes there here. I mean, it's
they don't do really big around here. They used to be like back in the 80s.
yeah, it's like Jack in the Box. Like nobody.
I
eats that shit.
have a Hardee's in my old hometown.
I have
which
to
has
kind
been
of
there for years.
I have to stop eating so much
surprised
fucking
it's still in
fast food,
business.
man. It's like, ugh. Okay.
Especially when McDonald's moved in, but I think they got away from the McDonald's destroying them because they're on the other side of town.
All right, chat. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Dungeon, go eat something. Elf needs food badly, man. Later.